Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another session of The Edge of Eternity. All the usual suspects were here. As I stated last session I was waiting till I could get everyone here for what is more than likely going to be the last one or two sessions for this arc. And there's been a lot of build up and I didn't want anyone to miss it. So we've got everyone here tonight, so we're going to proceed forward and see what happens. Last session, we had a extremely interesting experience. Jadis put on the performance of a lifetime, earned her gold class collar, broke down in tears and joy. Colwyn got up on stage, received his prize of 10,000 gold for the victory in the great race.
And gave the world's subtlest condemnation of the aristocracy.
Which
Of course, you're...
Jack smirk.
Yay.
I mean, come on. King of Thieves, he doesn't give a damn about his noble title. It's just a shade. It's just buddy.
Yeah, a useful
for
one.
him.
But
it allows him to get into places he really shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And it was just a lot of. It was a downtime session. It was a feel-good session for the crew. We had a Minotaur up in the rafters of the stage, trying his subtlest to be like a big invisible shadow, but failing a lot.
A bit, yeah.
We had a monk strolling around, seeing everything with his passive perception, trying to organise a magic scroll to use a spell, but because he didn't specify what spell it was, they've organised a cleric who won't be able to use that spell. Information is important. Letting your allies know what's going on properly is important. Remember, people. They can only work so much if you don't tell them anything.
We are not mind readers.
Basically, that's where we've. I mean, they've got a very capable person right in the camp they're staying with, be able to use it, or maybe not even have to use a spell to cast said spell. But she's just off happily singing songs. Anyway, session start. If there's actually, does anyone need to bring anything up? Make a reminder, whatever.
No.
Nope.
Righto. So,
we haven't had Nord for a little bit.
I'm aware. I was about to go in and cover that, dude.
All right, just going to cover what's going to happen.
That's fine. You guys can inform him in game. I'm not taking that away from. He's been off, and he'll do what he's doing here. We're going to actually start with him, because if I remember correctly, he went to see Jack and find out what was going on, and he'd been participating in the hunt for the dwarf, the rune speaker. Is the way I ruled it as what you were doing with your absence. No. Character name's Malcolm.
Yep.
You arrive at the tavern that you've been meeting Jack in.
Mm-hmm.
He is standing at the counter, talking to someone. Fine linen shirt on, pants, a jacket over the back of a chair, as if he's getting ready to go somewhere. And you're aware that he's probably preparing to go and see the performances, and that he probably has important meetings, a pre-presentation party that he might have been invited to. Things that the nobility does.
Yes.
things Malcolm knows nothing about. Nobility.
That's right, peasant.
Is he facing away or?
He's facing away, but as you move close to him, he glances over his shoulder at you. It's the slightest movement, but enough for him to see who you are and who's approaching him. He's aware of your presence.
Mm-hmm.
If it was, I think you've got like a 13 perception.
Passive is yes.
Yeah. So you barely notice this slight turn of the head and him looking at you at the corner out of the corner of his eye. Any lower, and you wouldn't have even been aware that he was aware of you.
Mm-hmm. And I get the sense that he's approachable or busy.
He's just talking to the bartender there.
All right.
He doesn't seem overly sort of engrossed in conversation or in a stance that says "Don't bother me."
All right. And I'll approach him carefully and have a lean against the counter next to him.
As you get there, he slightly turns towards you and goes, "I believe you're the investigator that I spoke to previously."
Yeah, I am. Welcome. I'm not sure if you remember, but I asked you earlier if you had.
He looks at you, raises an eyebrow. Sorry, I interrupted you. We interrupted each other.
If you had if you remember that I asked if you ever got across more information about this individual we were searching for earlier, that I would appreciate any help.
Are you speaking of the little dwarven runes?
Indeed, I am.
I think several of my men have sighted her in the location over near C25. I'm about to send some people over there if you'd like to accompany them.
That would be very interesting, yeah.
So
Been searching high and low for this individual.
It's that point that he points to a person over in the corner that you hadn't noticed in a heavy cloak, hood drawn up. Human in size, but it's hard to tell much more about them under the shadows of their hood. And seeing you looking, Jack smiles, gives them a nod, and motions you to follow them out. They lead on without saying anything, slipping through the crowd. And there's a lot of people in the street at the moment, all seeming to head towards where their dancers' camp is. I want a, let's call it a perception. Actually, no. Let's not call it a perception. Let's call it either athletics or acrobatics to slip through the crowd and keep up with this person. Because they're not sort of blowing down for you.
Yeah. Athletics is +0. Acrobatics is a +1. So I'll go that one.
Yep.
Fuck. It's a 4.
So you keep pushing forward, and they're getting slightly ahead of them. You've still got a few of them at this point, and they turn a corner and you follow them around. Second chance. Roll again to slip through this crowd.
17, I believe. Yep.
You manage to catch up to them, and you're behind them. And again, another intersection over, and you're into the CD row, the arm of the web that goes out. So you're making your way along, and you looking at the thing, you realise that the odds are on this side of the C row, whereas evens would have been on the other side, which is why you're over here. You get up to that area. and you see several other individuals, nondescript, shifty-looking sorts, but there's nothing that really would make them bring out and stick in your mind. They just very, very nondescript. The
Thing
man
that
in the
sticks
hood.
out.
The person in the hood nods to them, and you continue on and heading towards where this last sighting was.
What time of
You
day
get
are we at?
at this point, I'd say it's about 5:30.
Right. So still broad daylight.
Sun's setting, man. It's summer,
Yeah.
but it's still very bright out. Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it's winter, so it's getting darker. Early
Mm.
sunset. I forgot it's winter and it's hot because of the bloody portal. I apologise.
Yeah.
I was thinking the heat, but the heat's not seasonal.
Mm.
So shadows are gathering around, and they lead you to a location into a narrow pass through between rows. It's then when you hear a scream.
Scream. Would I get a sense of female, male?
It distinctly sounded like a female scream.
I motion to the rest of the party and start heading towards wherever I heard them scream from. And I like motion the rest of the party to like keep up and
Yep.
follow.
So you start making your way there in the direction of it. After moments, you find tucked away behind some crates in a narrow corner of this makeshift alley between this tent city, a small dwarven body, barely clinging to life.
Clothing wise, what is this
It
female
is
dwarven wearing?
It's a female dwarf.
Yeah.
I think you met the rune speaker, didn't you? Or no?
Yeah, no, I wasn't with the party. That is.
From what you
Talking to her.
recall, from what they mentioned, the cloak, they are quite literally.
All right. I will do. Have I had a long rest at this point, by the way?
No. I don't know if you've used anything there. You've used a few of your detect poison or disease bits, haven't you? You used
Yeah,
two or
I'm just.
three of them.
Yeah.
We'll call it
But
two.
I'll. Um, um, barely cling to life. You said I will do a. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I will do a lesser restoration.
As you cast it, the spell goes off fine, but there is something there that it has no effect. And they are still slipping away. And as you look at them, you see a faint golden gleam building in their eyes.
Ooh. I have.
They look at you, reach out a hand, desperately, voice barely able to speak, and said, Goddamn bastard! Broke his word! Freaking
Who?
Connor!
Oh, what was that?
Freaking Carnal, as in Baron Carnal, has broken the bargain.
And the lesser restoration did nothing.
No effect.
Okay.
Coughs. Grabs her chest. Oh, I never thought they'd use the kiss on me.
Where can I find him? Quickly now.
Looks at you. Shudders, and the eyes go. The gold that had been building in them flashes in the face expression. Instantly blank and cold. All trace of law gone.
Yeah, I have nothing.
It was never going to happen, dude. There's already a plot point previously that she died.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to tell you that because I wanted you to be in the scene.
Yeah. I will reach for my stone, and I will convey information, what she said, basically, to Kaplan.
Yep. So, G.
I was just saying it's weird because you already role-played the exact move.
Yep. You received word from him during the thing, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's almost like I planned it.
Funny that.
So, Kaplan, you do receive
careful.
that message that, from Malcolm. The person you'd been seeking has died. We got the guys there. I'll be like, well, we'll take, help us take her back to the bus. Let's see what we can see from her body.
Please do.
And covered up. A narrow, small cart is organised, put on there, and you proceed back to the a safe house that has a safe tent to go through the body and fix. You're invited to help them with your experience.
Yep.
We'll get an investigation roll there.
Oh, God damn it. 5.
You find the trace of the Golden Kiss book file there that she had. Whether it was hers or someone else's, you don't know. But it has been almost like it's been jammed into her. Like a glass syringe. And injected into her by someone. And you can see the mark, the file, having caught in her robe.
I will very gingerly and carefully, pry it loose and pouch it.
Okay, so you've got a vial with traces of the Golden Kiss.
Yep. Any other items, weapons?
Not with a 5, dude.
Fine.
Not with a 5.
Nope. Yep.
I'd say the only reason you found that is because you were looking for something like that.
Yes.
So you get caught up there doing your examinations for the next hour or two. In the distance, you hear bardic music rising in crowd. Sounds of a massive crowd in attendance as the performance begins. As you're finishing
After,
up your
Yep.
investigation, there's a surge of sound as the crowd roars in approbation. And
I'm
I'll leave it to you where
missing
you're
out.
heading from there.
Yeah, I'm just imagine him finishing up after not being able to find anything more, and just start like try to
Right.
still communicate with Kaplan wherever, asking where the rest of the party is, and just like head his way over slowly.
And I'll let Kaplan answer that. This would have been, I think, around about the time you were looking around and thinking of heading towards Doran in the keep. It would have been what I'd have assumed.
Kaplan says. Kaplan says. Kaplan says that the party is at the performance. That the party is in the performance in performance
At the
A2.
camp.
I'm headed to the keep to arrange something.
The performance is A1. The camp is at A2.
Sorry, A1. Yeah. I'll role play this too. And Kaplan also says, there is a new plan for tomorrow. There's a new plan for tomorrow. We're going to use the enemy's tactics against us. There's a new plan for tomorrow. We're going to use the enemy's tactics against us. Each delegate is going to enter. Each delegate is going to enter Gavin McGraw's office one at a time. Where they will enter a pocket dimension for the real conference, and a Knight of Soul will be disguised as them, who will go to the who will go to the original conference location, which is now a trap. And Kaplan also says that Kaplan also says that water drugs also says that water drugs throughout the castle were creating poison. And the entire water supply will be blessed in the morning to take care of that.
Very well. Sounds like a smart move. So where do you need me? Do you want me to meet up with the rest of the party, or would you like me to meet you at the keep?
At this point, he says it's up to you. But I'm going to try and pitch the same idea to Doran for the shadow. Doran.
There you go.
I'm gonna try and pitch the same idea to Doran for the shadow conference, but I don't want to give out details until the real conference has gone up without a hitch.
I swear I'm going to put an extra O in his name there so he gets it right.
Yeah, I'll let you handle that, Kaplan, and I'll see if I can find the rest of the group. Maybe I'll be able to catch the last part of this performance.
And you do. It goes off like magnificent. Like you see Jadis's final performance, her solo performance, and it is breathtaking.
I rolled well.
Applaud and oh nice. Yeah, Malcolm will stand on the side, applaud, and like do the finger whistle.
Does a bit of a wolf whistle. Gotcha. And I think the way things culminated, everyone ended up going for a long rest after the performance was done, basically.
Yeah.
And the plan was to proceed from the morning.
And
As long as there's
wrap
nothing
the
else
day
that
there.
you wanted to pursue there, Nord? Malcolm?
No, not really. Not without having
Yeah.
planned more with the rest of the party.
Yep. Okay. So that brings you back in line with everybody else now.
Yep. So, finally getting my long rest.
So who's waking up first? We've got an early morning conference.
Roll off.
Yeah.
Let's do it. It's a straight D20. Lowest gets the least amount of sleep.
18.
Oh fuck.
Actually, slap bang in the middle.
Nice.
Investigation.
Nat 20.
Kaplan sleeping in. Good to know. Jadis, you tried to sleep,
I
but the
didn't roll
excitement of
lowest.
didn't
Oh
you?
no, that was yeah, I did. Never mind.
That was
That
the
was
investigation.
Yes, you did.
The sheer amount of excitement. You sleep, but you wake early, still buzzing with fulfillment. You've achieved one of your life goals.
She is in a freaking frenzy this time in the morning. She is cleaning.
And Jadis, the rest. It doesn't stop just performance is over. There's so much to do to finalise, clean up, pack away. Jadis does try to get Serene up at the same time she gets up and gets shoved out the door. And the tent is now magically sealed.
Halfson just sort of kind of carries on cleaning.
Daisy reaches out, gives you a commiserating smile, pats you on the shoulder. Colin, you awaken the smell of cave and the sound of cleaning and organising, and Bard's talking quietly.
That was a fun evening. Oh, gods. He gets up, shimmies into a fresh set, well, washes his face, shimmies into a fresh set of underclothes, puts a basic tunic on, plods over, gives polite waves to everyone, and sits down with carve and porridge.
And gets to watch cleaning and Bard's running at a glaze from a tabaxi.
Mm-hmm.
And the Bard, again, that sense of an anthill kick looking in, but control chaos as Daisy and Jadis take everyone in hand and organise them. The Bards have been building up this for months, but it's done. It's time for them to head back to Earl's Bay or wherever else they're going. It's time for them to head home, especially some of the little ones who've been away from their training.
Actually, after the cleaning, or during the cleaning, that Daisy's probably going to get annoyed with Jadis at one point and shoo her off. Jadis is going to sit down and start writing reviews and reports for each of the dancers that they can take with to the guild.
Yeah, no, that's fine. A managerial point. You've got everything moving. You've got a second there to keep it going. You can go do paperwork.
Feck paperwork.
So she gets out a small writing desk, lap desk, and she's jotting down notes and reviews, cup of cave or
Recommendations
whatever
and stuff.
nearby, having a small bite to eat as she goes, possibly. So some time passes. Denson, Malcolm, waking up. I think Malcolm, where were you staying?
The
Were you
keep, I
staying
believe.
at the Keep? Yeah. Denson, you were staying at your personal abode in the Grove, yeah?
Yep.
You were awake. It's not that you woke up later than the rest of the guys so much. It's that you woke up in silence, in your own space.
Mm-hmm. After a lovely night's rest.
I definitely
I just
needed
get-
that sleep.
Yeah, Denzin definitely did need it. Yeah, I'm just going to get myself ready, have some breakfast, and then wander over to the to where everybody is in the camp.
Okay. So you're doing something similar, Malcolm? Getting bite to eat?
Yep.
Going to the Yep, okay. And with previous experience, you make sure you get cave at the Keep before heading over.
Yes. Definitely.
Don't know what they're doing with their cave, but it wasn't right.
Yeah, I don't know where they learned how to make cave, but yeah, that was very off.
Just kind of imagine the grounds getting used and reused until it becomes so fine and gritty that you could use it as a form of paint.
I think that's pretty much what they did to him, yeah.
Pretty much.
Cats, Tabaxi are vengeful, let it be known.
Yes. Though I do believe they actually have made up at this point.
Yeah, I think that was the point that made it even as far as Jadis was concerned.
Yeah.
So you arrive, Malcolm toting a large, essentially a medieval takeaway mug of cave.
Yep.
As you get there, Kaplan, I believe you're still at your shop, aren't you, or what remains of it?
Yep. Kaplan's going to grab his.
It'd just be a small personal tent, what you'd travel with there.
Yeah.
At this point.
Kaplan's going to grab stuff. He's going to grab the healing potion. He's going to grab the healing potion and the poison cure, which he got Jeffrey to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say that during the night he managed to fashion some waiter's clothes for
We're getting reverb again.
Is that better?
Yeah. He managed to get. He fashioned some. Still coming through. He managed to fashion some waiter's clothes for Colwyn.
It wouldn't be so much waiter's clothes, so much as serving.
Yes. So,
It'd be in the Keep's colours, man. Very
Um,
medieval. They'd have a uniform.
I have a quick question before you continue.
Mm.
The Hatter disguise. That disguises my outfit as well.
I think so, man. Let me just double check that.
Yeah, because that's a very important thing. It's not that I don't appreciate what you're doing, Tris. That's a very useful thing to do. You're fulfilling your role and all of that.
While wearing this hat, you can use an action to cast Disguise Self at will. Okay, Disguise Self. You make yourself, including your clothing, armor, weapons, and other belongings on your person, look different. Yeah, so it's a full fit.
well, this is just Kaplan thinking ahead, whether it's needed or not.
I get that, but there's also an opportunity to clarify the precise effects on that.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially if you're not sure. I wasn't sure. Anyway, go on.
and then Kaplan heads to meet the guys before they go to do their thing at the conference.
So, as Kaplan arrives, you realise that everybody is there that is involved in this endeavour, this attempt to protect the conference and subvert the plans of those claiming to be the Shadow Hand.
Morning, all.
I was going to say I'm encountered by ringing.
I see.
Morning.
Nobody's answering me. Ah. Good morning, G.
Is Colin about? Being as we're kind of going in a bit incognito, I brought him some stuff. I mean,
Negative. Colwyn is not here. I am Monsieur Boucault, says a incredibly short man with slick back hair and a snidely whiplash mustache from behind a desk.
Denzin throws a bread roll at him.
Roll to catch it neatly in my hand.
Yep, go for it. It's like, I always like
Dexterity?
when my dexterity, man. I love it when my players just
13.
sort of. Yep, that's fine. It's nothing you're not prepared for.
Oh, all right. And at this point, Campbell says, "At this point, the Campbell says, "Wow, that looks like a horrible bread roll. I'm guessing that Colwyn guy made it."
You talk a lot of shit for a man who has never spent any time in the kitchen other than to ask his bitch to make him a sandwich.
Hey, Colwyn.
Drop the illusion. Morning.
Got to have some banter over breakfast.
And so I gather you won't need these today. Oh well. Place them down somewhere.
I might not always have the this hat. It's never a bad idea to have at least 2 or 3 changes of clothing stashed away somewhere. And so he
That's probably.
To be
Well,
honest,
yeah.
with that nice hat, Mr. Colwyn, it might be better that you play one of the leaders so that we can
it can only
disguise
adjust.
ourselves.
It can only adjust a little bit in height and whatnot.
Yeah,
Probably.
I can't pretend to be a hench half-orc or something.
Yeah, he might be
No,
able
but you
to
can-
cover, say, a door.
You might. Yeah, exactly.
Daddy, why is a human on stilts? Shut up.
Well, Doran's dwarf, so you'll be fine.
There's not too much difference in height there, I don't think.
Me altering self, on the other hand.
Well, what are you, 6 foot something?
Yeah, they're quite a bit. I think I'm
I was going to
6'4".
say the High Lord's
Probably.
pretty tall character.
I was thinking that. Because I do have the spell alter self anyway, so yeah, I think it's probably a good idea that Denzin plays High Lord Gavin McRae.
Look at you, remembering names. Even pronouncing them correctly. That's impressive.
Mais oui.
Enough poking fun. I apologise.
I think so too. Right.
Anyway, so is there anything you guys want to cover roleplay? Start heading to the big moment.
No, just make sure everybody's vaguely awake and on form, and just sort of try and figure out who's playing who, really.
Jadis is going to finish up those reports. She's going to give all of them to Cyrene except for Jason's, who she's going to track down herself to pass to him.
Mm-hmm.
and it's literally just going to be, it's a recommendation to give to a certain Jack of all trades. She's going to tell him that it's basically, we're not getting rid of you out of the Bard's Guild. You are still a Bard's Guild person. But this might actually make you happier.
Mm.
And then she's going to
I
toddle
don't
after
think.
the rest of the
Has
guys.
she met Jack?
She's not met him personally, but she's heard of him through Colwyn.
Yeah. Okay. So it'd be a
But-
recommendation to Colin to present him and said letter to Jack, or
Well, Jason's probably met Jack because he's been the runaround go-to between them
Mm.
for the Thieves Guild.
Okay. We'll let that go with that. That's fine. So Tareen finally comes out. She's knocking at the thing and at the door and hands you the. Trista's character just died of annoyed the GM damage. No, really. What was I saying now before I got interrupted by gifts sent to me randomly in the middle of a game? I freaking lost.
You're on
all track of
Saran.
thought.
You're on Seren. On what she was doing.
Soreen, yes, she finally deigns to open a door to her tent. Comes out, looks at the report, and goes, "Don't know if the report's already, kitten." Looks at you and goes, "Sorry, you took a breath. I heard it."
No, carry on.
She nods. Really appreciate it. So you'll be heading off after the conference on business.
Probably. I think it
She
depends on what happens.
nods. Well, you take care of yourself, and if you need anything,
I know who to call.
nods.
First.
Make sure you do. It's been a long time since I called anyone family, and I'd hate to lose you.
I will be fine.
Looks at you, rolls her eyes. Don't let that conversation lead you into trouble. Well, don't let that confidence lead you into trouble.
I don't need confidence to lead me into trouble. I seem to find it.
Laughs and comes out of the tent, sits down, looks at you all. So, what are you planning? What is your plan of attack? What's coming up? I know that you were involved in protecting the conference.
Well, do you know of a spell called Mordekainen's Mansion?
Miles goes, I can cast it for you if you'd like.
Might be that we borrow you as a backup, just in case the person we've got to cast it either can't do it or is otherwise engaged. If you don't mind joining us.
That's quite all right. Daisy can handle things here at the camp if you need me
Excellent.
present.
That's probably a good idea.
Hang
on.
Okay, hold up. We'll let Phil finish here, Tenzin finish here. And then we'll come back to you.
What we're going to do is one by one, the delegates will come to High Lord Gavin McRae's office.
Mm.
They will go into the mansion for the actual conference. We will have several people using an alter self spell, myself included. I'm probably going to play the High Lord myself because I'm big and tall. And then we're going to stage a conference as if it was the real one in the hall, in the keep, and see who turns up
It sounds
and
like
draw the buggers out and say hello.
nods in appreciation. An exquisite plan. Dress in some armor and gather my weapons, and I'll stand guard over the mansion.
Wonderful. Couldn't ask
Have
for
my
anybody
word that
better.
you have my word that they will stay safe, and harm will
Superb.
only come to them over my body.
That's amazing. Thank you, Serene. G, you wanted to add something?
Yeah. Do you want to go and tell everyone? And at this point,
He looks at you and goes, "Outside your plan, I was already aware that you were involved in the protection of this, as I am of your dealings with the Shadow Council that is coming. You've been holding it within my camp, these meetings. Did you not think I was paying attention?"
it was supposed. I mean, no offense to you, but it was supposed to be a secret plan, and he glares at Denson and says, "Do you, and it says, and it says, this is not the. Do you want to invite the Shadow Hand to the secret to the mansion as well while you're at it?"
He looks at you, shakes her head, and goes, "I'm the only one that can invite them in there. And if things become too rough, I'll just walk through the door and everything is safe. There's no way for them to undo that outside powerful magic. And the level I'm going to cast it at, it would have to be extremely powerful magics that most people on this world cannot even begin grasp."
What? And this Kaplan says, and at this Kaplan says, once again, I don't mean any offense to you, but but we've only just met you. And I think it is, poor security procedure to be letting someone we've only known 1 or 2 days into the deepest, darkest secrets. That's all.
She
You do
leaves.
realize that that also applies to you, me and Colin knowing you only a couple of days.
We've got to start trusting people somewhere, G. It's secrecy that's got us into this mess sometimes. From the beginning. Besides which, having the Bards Guild on our side is probably a very, very good idea. And Jadis trusts Cyrene, so I trust Cyrene because I trust Jadis.
Okay, just maybe maybe a conversation before inviting other people in future, possibly, is what I'm saying.
Fair
I'll
enough.
be sure to fill out a feedback form.
As you're saying all of this, Serene looks at you, G, reaches out, boops you on the nose with a finger and goes, "Dear boy, I've been keeping secrets deeper and darker than you can imagine, for longer than you can imagine."
Good point.
Malcolm just very discreetly pulls out like a handkerchief and just like turns his head and wipes his nose.
Can I role play that? Can I role play that a sec?
Yeah, go for it.
Alright, it's interesting because Kaplan, I'm guessing, sees her doing this and tries to, and you see Kaplan duck at the last minute, but Serene still managed to bop him on the nose.
Effortlessly, man.
Yeah,
Effortlessly.
and Kaplan just looks at her with a weird face.
As you are moving, okay, one, you're not coming through. Let me talk. She sees you shift and is there in position before you get where you're going to finish the boop.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and in this conversation, you seem like a very handy person to have around, don't you? Now.
Just smiles.
And then Kaplan also says, "Well, if I have a choice between having you as my enemy or my friend, I choose friend."
I don't have
Good
enemies.
choice.
I don't have enemies, child. I have people that were enemies.
I strongly suspect that Cyrene is the spy master.
She's just been around a long time.
Yeah, exactly.
Bard's Guild's got their fingers in all sorts of pies, man. I mean, everyone talks to a bard or around bards and doesn't notice. So it's not so much a network as it just sort of happens.
Yeah. But we've got to remember that G's been in SciSafe for an awful long time as well.
Mm.
And they're very sort of compartmentalised and...
Yeah. That and Serene's only just sort of reappeared.
Mm-hmm.
For various reincarnation reasons.
Well, yeah.
Anyway, that sort of result.
Right.
What do we want to move with there?
Shall we away to the keep and enact our plan?
Green steps away, has a quiet word with Daisy, organises things, passes on some instructions into the tent, comes out much like leather armour, form-fitting, slender rapier at her side.
Let's go. If no one has any objections or last-minute things.
Nope.
Nope, I'm good.
Excellent.
Malcolm's just distracted by a certain someone's presence.
Everyone she passes is distracted by her presence.
Yeah,
Apart from Colwyn,
looks
who's just giving the evils, just like, no, not right. The worst thing is he can't say why.
No,
And
it's just a bump for trouble, mate. It's just a sense that something isn't as it seems about her.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, I'm not a misogynist. I'm really not a misogynist.
Yeah.
Whereas Jadis is
Malcolm
looking
just-
around at everybody, he's rolling her eyes as if, for fuck's sake.
And she's not.
Malcolm
But
is-
the thing is, she's not really trying. I mean,
Mm.
the whole
Mal-
thing, it's defensive, but it's also distracting to give her whatever advantage
Malcolm-
she can in battle.
Malcolm just keeps looking down and just thinks to himself, like, this handkerchief used to be white.
Well, that's how they all
That's
start
disgusting.
out.
No.
There's
It's red. It's bloodied.
Oh, that.
He's going with
Anyway.
all the anime tropes.
Yes, I know that. This is.
Anyway,
To the keep. Finally.
So you make your way up to the office of High Lord Governor Craig. Welcomes you. You see Elithra Windrush there.
And this is the same guy that Malcolm got information from the dying dwarf, was it?
This is the High Lord Governor Craig, Commander of the
Okay,
Keep,
yeah.
Lord Commander of the Keep and the Knights of Sol.
Yeah, just a
One
quick
rank
reminder, what
below
was the
the
name?
High Lord, the Commander of the Knights.
Yeah. But
He
just
answers to two people in the kingdom. The king and
quick reminder
the
that,
leader
yeah.
of the...
What was the name again that the dying dwarf room cover
Baron
Carnor.
Carnor.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Baron
Okay.
Cedric
He's
Carnor.
not in this city. He's elsewhere.
Nope, that's good. Yeah. Fine. Yeah, well, I've been kind of like hard to try and make notes with limited.
I'll flick the name across to you later. Someone's got it there that they would have sent it to him.
Yeah,
Yep.
talking to Denzin would probably be a good idea because he knows who Carnor is in detail. Anyway, I turn to High Lord Governor Cray and said, with your permission, sir, I would like to transform myself into your good self so that I can...
Looks at you, nods. Granted.
I do. Alter self.
And then there are two High Lords. Looks at you, nods. Looks at Elithra Windriver, gives her a nod. The door to the mansion is opened by the sorceress. Serene, watching, nods in appreciation of the level it's cast at, the power behind it.
If you would like to step through, my lord, so that you can welcome our guests.
Shakes his head. I will remain to greet them and be the last to enter. First on the field, last off. You know the night.
Very well. And I go
So
over
I
to
step
one
into
side,
something more
out the way.
comfortable then.
Wait for Dorin to turn up. Take his role.
And
at this point, Colwyn goes, "You know I can't change my height with this, right?"
what is your height, out of curiosity?
Oh wait, yeah. Sorry, Dorin is the dwarf.
Yes, he is.
Yep.
Sorry. The problem with being off for some weeks on top of everything else is that it's just like I require extra time to go scurrying through my brain for that name
You're right.
sounds familiar. Why is that familiar?
Yeah.
Ignore me. Just radio.
Yeah, you're at about 4'7", and dwarves are about
Mm.
between 4 and 5 feet tall. It's not a problem.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Continue on.
And so the delegates start coming in one by one, in obviously a predetermined order that they've been informed of. First to arrive. Give me a list here. Is Lord Carrick, Varys's uncle, and a slender member of his guard comes in with him, and a spell is cast, and Lord Carrick leaves. But it's not Lord Carrick. The real Lord Carrick steps through into the manor to wait for the meeting.
Can Kaplan say can Paul's can yeah, I'm just wondering. Kaplan's going to say maybe if we get the delegates to give a small outline so we can actually like pretend to have a conference for purposes.
It's quite all right. The captain of my guard is going in. He is going to conduct the meeting. He has several notes.
Excellent.
None of those are going to be there because they're in a coma and they know about that. So banging on the door, in comes Doran, Darkfist, Lord of the Clan of Darkfist. Right then, get me on. Who's wearing my face?
Tonight, Doran, I will be Doran.
Oh, you try to be me, but you won't be. Sure you heard that. You might look like me, but I'm sure I can still drink you under the table, lad. But you're a good man, and I look forward to you sticking those funny little bits into somebody for me. And
Owen looks vaguely confused as he's trying to mentally unpack both what he's saying, but also get down Doran's particular cadence and attitudes.
okay, so
This is going to be a long night.
you know what? I'll roll a performance check for me to see how you cover his. Actually, no, you can RP that and see how you go for that. And
Yeah, I mean, that's the terrible and great thing about D&D, is that there are some things that, depending on the player, they might be better at sort of naturally being able to RP and thinking about. But for the rest of the stuff, that's why we have dice rolls.
yeah, I mean, you can either do performance for it or whatever down the track. I'll let it fly as it flies. And he goes, righto, lad. Good luck to you. Steps through the door to the. So you have a Doran in the mansion and you have a Doran in the.
Right, I'm going to get myself a drink.
Righto.
Oh, this is going to be so hard.
To step in is Smooth Snow, chieftain of the Awoken Fjord tribe. Comes in, looks at Jada upon seeing her, has a vaguely disappointed expression on her face due to an ignored invitation.
Let me guess. You want me to be this one?
Government raised an eyebrow. Makes sense to me.
All right. And she cast Disguise Self.
Smooth Snow is going to say something to you in Tabaxi upon seeing you.
Oi, you know that language?
Looks at Colwyn. Doran. Face grimacing and steps through the mansion.
Am I being obnoxious enough yet?
Possibly. I don't mind.
I think Doran's more straightforward rather than obnoxious.
Yeah, it's interesting because he doesn't so much ask questions; he gives opinions regardless.
Yep, no filter.
No, that's exactly him.
Oh, potato, potato.
Bit
So
more Scottish.
Potato, potato.
with that,
Yeah,
the
sorry,
next
Carol.
person coming in is and he fills the room with his presence, is a massive orc delegate, Haku Nalane. Looks around at you and he goes, well, I understand we all look the same to you, so I'm not going to bother with the disguise bit. One of my men's going to fill in for me. It's all he says, and straight into the mansion. Has to duck entering the door. And one by one, the rest of the delegates come in, except those of the members of the cartographers that were going to represent Raven, Gertie, I see. I knew it was a T name. For some reason, it just out of the brain.
Mm-hmm.
Jindalun, as you were aware, are still in that spell-induced coma.
Mm-hmm.
Before final Knight Commander Jarrah, who's in charge of security for the summit, presents himself, looks at you all. Right. It's time we made our way to the conference hall to set this
Very
trap
well.
and spring it.
My lord, if you would enter the mansion, and then we can go forth.
He looks at you.
Talking to. Sorry.
Gavin McCrae looks at you and goes, "Fare thee well, agent."
Aye, sir.
Soul's grace and fury guide your way.
Thank you, my lord.
Steps into the
And
mansion, serene, comes to stand before it, blade now drawn, gleaming faintly in the light of the room.
Right, Commander. Lead on.
He leads you out of the room, back to the conference room. Doors wide open. As you enter, they are closed behind you. The delegates, let's say, gather around the table.
Right. Places, everybody. Let's make this convincing. Everybody be ready. We're probably going to have an interruption, and it's probably going to be a bit fighty. So make your preparations now, please, folks. And let's at least have a bit of fun with this, shall we?
They always have fun in ambushes.
Even the ones where
Excellent.
you're the victim?
Most especially.
He's got claws.
Oh, yeah.
The doors close and Jared comes to the head of the table, a neutral party to run the. Well, he's associated with the Knights, but acting as a neutral party.
I was going to suggest we take a brief break here before we kind of go into the main event, just so I can have a quick smirk, get a refill on my coffee. It's all about me, really.
Yep, no, that sounds good, man. I could use the bathroom break or whatever.
Yeah.
So it is 9:25 now. Let's call it 22 and back.
Yeah. Okay.
So 15 minutes, guys.
Lovely.
Yeah. See you all in a minute.
Mhm.
Righto? Sounds good.
God damn it.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. And we, at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, we are on the cusp of culmination of this arc that's been going on. Guys have all taken their place. They've got their game faces on, or someone else's game face on. and they are ready to bring their trap. Hopefully, with the Shadow Hand or whoever's calling themselves a Shadow Hand, this green conspiracy. Let's go with that. None
Yep.
the wiser. So, as
Hopefully.
you take your seat, small conversation is made. You portray yourselves as the delegates, discuss matters in the land, and issues. Things are brought up that points have obviously been made to the actors in regards to things like parade matters, a alliance of sorts of mutual assistance, and trade. A lot of trade is discussed. A lot of closer bonds, bringing people together to provide added security against threats which was provided by threats which occurred with new god name. What's his name? Rowan.
Yep.
And dealing with that sort of thing. And the guy, the elf portraying Carrick, brings up a proposal of a squad, a group, a company from all nations coming together to communicate and provide security against that sort of, to act against international threats.
That sounds like a very good idea.
And
And
who would you pick to lead this international group?
looks at June. Well, that is open to discussion. We have many, many capable individuals within all of our lanes. And it's not something that could be decided overnight. There would have to be much communication between the kingdoms, the governments of our nations. And I want one person there to, you choose to perform a performance check to make it believable that this is an actual thing.
I can do it.
Of course.
Funny.
Yeah.
I knew who was going to volunteer as soon as I said it. I was just allowing you to decide.
Can
I
I
hope-
help?
I hope I don't embarrass myself on this, but
No, I can't help, I'm afraid.
I do embarrass
Then
myself.
you can't sort of
Use my inspiration to.
I was going to say, can I
Ed-
use my inspiration?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you have
okay.
one from last round.
D10. So still got yours there.
19
And
in total.
you managed to organise the guys' slight, subtle, bardic sound perception due to your ear for sound to guide them better to match the voices of who they're portraying. It's a subtle thing and they don't even realise that you're doing it.
Fucking sound engineer, auto-tune, let's go.
Pretty much.
So, question is, did any of you remember to do an arcane sweep of the room of any sort before you came in? When you came in?
Probably.
Kaplan can't.
I
Jada's
can't.
gone.
I'm going to go if you didn't, because you didn't bring it up.
I was going to say that right before meeting the rest of this party, I would have.
Okay, so
add up
what are you
a-
checking
a-
for and how are you checking? I did roll through it pretty quickly, so I'll allow it. But be specific
Yeah,
as to what you're checking and how you're checking it.
I was just about to say that I would have right before meeting the rest of this party, Malcolm would have put up a detect poison entities.
Okay, so
Sorry, I was going to say, and Kaplan probably would have gone around with like the jugs of the holy water to make sure no one's
all of the water's holy now, me.
Yeah, I know, but he would have gone around and got everyone to drink to cleanse their systems too.
Okay. Good to know.
Enough.
So that's done. That's
Yeah,
a very good. That is a very good point.
I
the
mean,
only
to be
thing-
that
fair,
is- I will let you know that now that is actually a clutch point that you've just made. Sorry, Jadis, you were saying something.
yeah, Jadis doesn't kind of do arcane, but she would have done a perception sweep just to see if there was anything different from the last time that she'd been in the room.
Okay. What's your passive? Or do you do it? It'd be an active perception from what you've.
Yep. 11.
+7 anyway. Nothing that you can see is out of place or different.
God, my passive perception's fucking better than that roll.
Yep. Passive perception is better than most people's roll.
I'm going to say that Denzin is far too excited and focused in on his task of beating the crap out of people.
You didn't sort of do
So-
any sweeps or arcanes or anything in the room?
He might have done a dispel magic just as he got in if he'd have thought of it, but
Yeah,
I'm not
what
sure
on
he did,
specifically?
so
You'd have to target that, add something. What would you do it on?
the entire room probably.
That's not a possibility, man. Be specific. It's got to be a targeted effect or item. That's the way
That's true.
I'm ruling that.
No, I'm going to go with he's too focused in on
Okay.
his playing Gavin McRae and the rest of it, because
Yeah.
I didn't say anything. So much as I'd like
fair.
to do an arcane sweep,
Yep.
you know, I didn't think of it. So
Yeah, fair enough. I just wanted to make sure to give you this chance to bring up anything because I did
no,
kind of
because it's not fair.
roll straight into
that-
it. Okay.
It's not fair that I grab something extra when I didn't think of it.
That's
I
fine.
should have done, but you know.
That's fine. So Kaplan, do you force people this water down people's throat, or do you just make sure it's there and available? Because you may lead a horse to water, but it doesn't mean they're going to drink.
I politely say, "Here, have a drink," and like give him like a glint in the eye.
Yeah, no. Roll a d20 for me. Roll. You know what? Let's do a 5 d20s in sequence. 1, 2, not separately, not together. I want to see each individual roll. Okay. Yep.
Nat 20. I like this dice set.
Yeah, that's fine. Keep going. I still want the sequence, man.
12.
Keep going. Now, question to the party. When he's done this, would you have drunk as well?
I would have.
Yeah.
I would
Don't
have.
see why not.
Yep.
I would have taken. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, so, and Jadis, would you have taken a drink as well of water, or?
I am not sure
Roll.
because she wasn't. Oh wait, was she? She was there when the.
She knows about. You were the one that came up with the holy water bit.
Yes, then she would have done.
Okay, so whole party takes a drink, and as you do, feel something inside you and clear.
That's not bad. Has bite.
Mmm. Refreshing.
Jadis, G, you notice 2 people have not drunk the water as the meeting proceeds. And as you're going to slowly, they fall to the floor. Slowly they sort of stand up, dagger, fall to the ground, writhing as a golden mist pours out of them, out of their mouth, their nose, slowly filling the room.
Can Jay just grab one of the jugs of water and just literally kind of pour it on one of them?
Yep,
Where the
pour
mist is
away.
coming?
Are you pouring it on them, or are you trying to force them to drink?
Trying to force it down the neck.
Okay, so that'll be an athletics check because, like I said, they are twitching, tossing, whatever. So it'll be an athletics to hold them in place first.
16.
Yeah, no trouble. You grab one of them
Um,
and force the drink down their throat.
if no one else is going to, I'll run over and try and help the other person.
Yep. Okay.
Well, it's only you two that noticed, I think.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. It's with your passive. Oh, you noticed them, buddy, fall over by this point, but they noticed it
Right.
coming. They were the first to be. They noticed them. They hadn't drunk,
They're
which is
first
why
to
they're
move.
in a position to have this moment to act beforehand. You get what I mean?
Yep.
Mhm.
They were, to a certain extent, prepared for something to happen.
Yeah, they were first to act. So go for it, Tristan.
any chance I can do it acrobatically?
Not a chance, man. You need to physically hold them in place.
19. I love these dice today.
We
Coughing,
love this.
spluttering, that golden mist dissipates. You've just destroyed my entire thought process for this, which involved a golden kiss elemental that was virtually unkillable with you trying to escape the room.
Excellent.
Which is why I said that note that he made about forcing people to drink was clutch.
Yep.
You've just destroyed what I had planned there. I am so damn impressed, guys. Well done.
Not us, Tristan. I just want to put a stop on here and say, while the reactions of those
Tristan.
two were very key, but gosh darn, dude, your kind of foresight and everything on this and what have you, that was the thing.
Yeah.
So the
I
whole
don't-
plan of them was for you to bring the method of execution in with you and have it activate on a time delay.
At this Kaplan's going to say once they've looked like they're recovered. Did we get everyone to drink in the other place?
Smile.
Mhm.
You don't know.
Well, we'll certainly find out. So, trap has been sprung. So it's ineffective. We now have 2 prisoners. Excellent.
Yes.
Probably
All in
make
all,
sure that
100% success.
So far.
probably best to make sure that they don't have anything on them that will cut short their ability to question.
You remember how I said that you felt something shift inside you? You guys were carrying that within you as well. It was something that had been put in there by the actual water. A complicated time release spell. They didn't. They were being very sneaky and subtle.
I am going to do an Arcana check on the entire room at this
Okay.
point.
Roll it.
See if there's anything else kicking about. That's
Point.
15.
Going around. It's just a keep fence systems. You note that the door has been locked down, as previously you discovered that rune that activated. But you also remember that Gavin
Yeah.
McRae said that he could open it any time. Unfortunately, he's not there.
But I am. I try it.
Performance check for me.
It's probably going to go badly wrong, but oh, not too bad. That's an 18.
You hear in your voice of Dwarvency, already recognised. And the door, there is a loud click as it unlocks.
Den's in for the win. And I open the door.
G runs over to try and be there in case there's people outside.
Oh, Denzin's ready for that.
Guards there looking at you in surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Don't worry, lad. Somebody just tried to poison the entire
inside
conference.
on the surprise.
They are just very surprised that you're coming out.
So it's a time so they're surprised it's so soon.
Yeah, it's just
All
like
right. Just as
it's
long
like
as they're not.
they're concerned that you're coming out, and they're like, is everything okay?
Yes, we'll be fine. He turns. Denzin turns to G and just goes, "You really are a suspicious bastard, aren't you?"
I thought there'd be guys waiting out. They thought they may have someone outside just in case. You never know.
Yeah, my thought went the same way. I'll be honest.
It's catching.
To be honest, but to be honest, fling the doors open early. We were going to catch whoever was out there, or we were just going to come across a load of surprised guards. So I'm glad it was the guards.
No, they put all the eggs in the whole Trojan horse plan.
Yeah.
To be fair, it was a
Right.
good plan. Nearly worked.
I am casting haste on myself and legging it up to where Serene is at full tilt.
I'll just run.
Yep.
I'm
probably
gonna
get
grab
those-
I'm gonna grab a pitcher of water and run as well.
Okay.
Follow on.
So you all make your way. Denzin, what's your movement speed with haste?
At doubled, so 60.
What's your movement speed unhaste there?
45, but I guess I can haste and keep up with them.
How are you going to haste?
I can what's the name?
Double move.
Double move, yeah.
Oh well, I can double move
at least
as well.
to at least keep up with him.
Yeah.
Well, I double move. I would double move as well.
Like 120. He's gone, man. So
haste doubles it, and then double move doubles that. So yeah, 120 foot. I'm doing.
So Denzin is well in the lead. Kaplan trying his best to keep up. Everyone else a little bit behind. Colwyn at bringing up the rear. Short legs are short. And Denzin, you get to the office of Gavin Prey. See Serene there. Hand blade on.
I quickly relay
rest
what's
and looks
happened to Serene.
Looks at you. Eyes narrow. Steps aside. Best go check on them, lad.
Dives in straight away.
You come into a room filled golden cloud of gold.
Can I see any jugs of water kicking about?
everything that was in the room into being with it. Nothing has been brought in from outside.
Mm-hmm. What do I see? Is anybody all right? Is anybody?
You see in the middle of the room the delegates huddled together with both Rora Greymane and Elifa Windriver having created an arcane and druidic barrier against this mess.
Right.
How long can you hold your breath for there?
Don't forget that I've drunk some of the water already.
That's nice. I mean, it's a cure, not a sort of inoculation.
Is there a source? Is there a source from which I can see it spewing?
You see off to one side a massive, congealing into a elemental form, like a wind elemental, except golden in hue, and it's slamming its fists on this barrier.
Can I cast Dispel Magic on the elemental? I don't think it'll do any good.
You can certainly try.
Okay. So it's a DC 13. Oh. It's an ability check using spellcasting ability.
Versus
the DC equals 10. You what, sorry? Is that a first level spell?
No, versus its level.
Yeah. So I need to know
So
what it's.
I need DC.
It's a spell attack.
10 plus the spell's level. So roll me a
Well, it's a spell attack roll that I'm doing, so
any spell.
that's D20 plus 7.
Okay, so use your spell ability for you. I think that's charisma, isn't it? So roll your D20.
It's well, my modifier's plus 4, but my spell attack roll is plus 7 because I get my proficiency
Plus
bonus.
10 plus a spell. For each spell of 4 level or higher on the target, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. On a successful check. Okay, how does this work?
Yeah, I was just
Using
thinking
your
that.
spellcast. It's got to be a roll, man.
I know it's a roll, but
If
it's
you're
whether it's plus 7 or plus 4 is the thing. Is it a spell attack roll, or
no,
is it
it's not a
just
spell
straight?
attack roll, man. It's just a straight.
Because I am
ability.
attacking a spell with my Dispel Magic.
No.
That's why I'm asking.
It's not an attack. An attack is something that causes damage. This is
That's a 17 I've rolled on a.
That just makes it, and you watch as that huge chunk of this elemental just evaporates and it reduces in size, but still mashing its fist on that barrier.
I'm gonna have to do it again.
We'll hold that forward. That's a round. You're about a round ahead of everyone.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Carry on.
So I'll say that you got there first, so you're leader on initiative. This is not so much a combat thing as it is a puzzle thing to counter this ability and figure out how to stop this elemental. There is one problem there. Dispel magic has a verbal component. You have to breath to do it. I need you to roll Constitution for me.
No, I don't. Meta magic. Subtle spell.
Frickin', having said that, did you specify that?
Not when I cast
I
it.
will allow it, though. I will allow it as something you would have done, knowing that the room was full of a poisonous gas. I'll give you a freebie this one. Okay?
Yeah, thank you, Ash.
So, lead of the round. Denson acting again. Kaplan arriving at the room.
Who's going first?
You're first on the lead, man. You got there first. Your
Right,
president
that's
actually
another,
there for
that's
the.
that's another sorcery point, and I'm going to obviously dispel magic again.
So, show me the roll. And as
if
I said, you
can.
probably need.
No, that failed.
No. The spell. Feel the energy gathering. And you project it out. And it just, you feel the elemental just gathering itself. And the spell just dissipates against it.
Yeah. I yell out, throw holy water on it.
I grab the jug from where I'm guessing he put it down, and I throw it.
No, I don't have a jug.
You're going to have to find a jug. There's nothing in this room. The only one that thought to bring one with them is a certain tabaxi.
All right.
Oh,
I'm going to run for the door to get some holy water.
So going back out, seeing Serene there, you see on the High Lord's table jug of water. But with your movement, that is the end of your turn to get to there.
Can I say, make people bring? Tell everyone bring holy water in.
She gathers a breath. Serene gathers a breath, and at the top of her powerful trained lugs, yells out your instructions down the hallway to get holy water into the High Lord's room. Bring water. Next round, Jadis arriving at the door, Denson leading.
yeah, jug in hand. I am gonna go and look
Denson
for.
leading.
Okay, sorry.
I'm doing it in arrival order as to who's acting each round.
Yep.
Right. Okay, I
did say that originally.
I'm going to try mind spike on the creature.
I will let you know that, yes, mark off the point, but fails instantly.
Right. So that doesn't do any damage then?
No.
Ignore that.
It is arcane shielded with vast amounts of energy. Man, they've done a lot of effort into preparing this creature.
Mm-hmm. And just yell. Do I see Vanny come in?
Okay, so no, she's outside the manor. She's about to step into the door. You've just yelled inside here again, which means that you've taken a breath. I need a Constitution save throw this time.
Mm-hmm. Probably going to fall over and die, knowing me. That's a 19.
Just running off the air you've got, though. I'll say that you've got maybe another couple of rounds before you're going to either need to duck out, take a breath, or
right.
face that. G, what are you doing?
I'm gonna feel. All right. I know the water coming up is now holy, so I grab whatever I can and grab water and head back in.
So you've got the jug from the High Lord's table, and you charge in as Jadis a hot step behind you coming into the room.
Will I have a chance to throw it, or?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You are both going in basically. Jadis just a step behind you to do whatever.
All right. What I want to do, I don't just want to throw it. I want to do something acrobat. I want to do something. I want to do a little bit of show off to try and get a little bit extra distance with the water.
Well, first of all, I need you to that's fine, but I'm going to need a sleight of hand first to be able to balance that jug while you're doing your show off shit so you don't spill it. It's water.
Nat 20. I love these dice.
Okay, that's fine.
Nice.
It is
You
your
are-
night tonight.
Yeah, it really is.
Don't stop.
So do your acrobatics check and tell me what the hell you're doing, or I'll tell you how badly you fail.
All right, acrobatics 22. What? Oh, all right. All right. All right. As far as what I'm going to do is, I'm probably going to like spin around a bit and then stop short and like let the water fly in the correct direction.
Okay. So you do it.
Ooh.
I want you to roll me a improvised attack. So basically, you've got an unarmed sort of thing there. I want you to roll that for me. And we'll just use that. Just a 2-hit, man. There's no damage component, but it's a 2-hit bit for it.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Are we calling out MVP?
Yeah,
That's
we may as
entirely
well.
up to- That's entirely up to you. You watch as this spray of water, and you see this coming into the mansion, Jada. A large elemental here off. I will say that for all your acrobatic, I'm going to give you guys a 4-round in the room sort of hold breath thing. How's that sound?
Yep.
You will lose an extra round from your showboating. So you've got 2 rounds here. You're on to your last round, Tenzin, that you can safely be in there. There's that caustic,
It's Jadis'
poisonous
go.
mist. Yeah, I'm just saying, for your next turn.
Yeah.
Jadis, you see the holy water just shear off a large amount of that elemental. It's diminished in size again, but still pounding away on that barrier.
I'm gonna look around the room quickly. Can I see where the mist's coming from?
It doesn't appear to be coming from anywhere other than the elemental. Where that you can only assume that it came from the delegates themselves. That's where it formed from. After it, they sought safety before the mist actually spread too far.
Right. I am just going to run up and dump it on. No bells, no whistles, just straight in and over the top.
Okay, unarmed attack. I could find the improvised rules, but I'm not going to. It's fine.
7.
It's easy enough. It's not really trying to avoid it. Splashes on. Again, a chunk of the elemental dissipates. As long as you don't roll really low, it's not trying to dodge or protect itself. It is single-mindedly smash on that barrier.
So it might go again.
Is your go, Colwyn. Heaving breath, you get to the door. So you'll be in this. But you've also heard the call to bring water. So I'll allow you to do that this round
Yep.
as part of it.
That is purely my one and only plan this round because
Hmm.
when someone gives you a clear instruction in a combat situation, usually best to follow it.
Yep. Which will bring us to the top of the list with Denzin again. Sorry, someone was going to say something. I interrupted.
I think
again.
that was Becca.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify that. And
I just wanted to know if I had enough movement points to kind of just shoot back out of the room afterwards.
I'd say you probably would. I think you've got a thing where you can inspiration and bonus action dash, can't you?
I do, yes. Where is it? Feline agility.
Mhm.
I can double my speed until the end of the turn.
But I was also talking that there's a class thing as well. Yeah, but homebrew bit.
Features and
But it
traits.
doesn't really matter, yeah. I'd say using that, you'd be able to do it and get out of the room again.
Yep, because I'm just going to go find more water.
Mm-hmm.
Ash,
Mm-hmm.
does this water evaporate when it hits the guy, or is it just sort of puddling on the floor?
Puddling on the floor.
Shape water, cantrip.
Nice.
Is it all coming together? Because it feels like it's all coming together.
So I use the shape water cantrip to wrap it round this elemental and just literally tie it up and try and squeeze the life out of it.
Roll
I was
me a
wondering if someone was
D20.
going to try and do that.
Roll me a D20. See how
Waterbender
effective
here.
this is.
That's a 13. If there's any
You watch.
proficiency to add, it's +3, obviously.
You watch as basically you form a giant water anaconda and have it constrict the elemental, coursing through it, around it. And you watch as the creature screams in rage and again seems to be decreasing in size rapidly. But you also notice that slowly the water that you were controlling is turning golden.
Unfortunately, at this point, because I have diminished it a bit, I'm going to have to leg it out the room so I can take a breath.
Yep.
I mean, I can do that again when more water's been poured on it, but at this moment in time, I need to breathe. So I literally peg it out the room once I've done that.
Yep. So, G, what are you doing?
Leaving for more water.
Okay. Roll a d20 for me. Jadis as well, you're doing the same thing, I believe.
Yep.
Just to see as you scatter out of the room to secure more.
Nat 20.
You remember that, okay, actually, G, what's yours? You run straight out of the room. Jadis, you get out, and you remember that he had a tap in the other room.
I go to the tap.
Oh, yeah.
Again, cold, clear water. Have you got anything to get you back in there with the movement?
I do not. However, I'm going to take a drink of the water myself
No worries.
before
Cool,
filling my
clear.
jug.
You feel again that building that even though you were holding your breath, hit and fill the jug. And say you get back to the door to the kitchen that he's got there.
Okay.
Colin, jug in hand, you make it to the door, seeing G run out, come sprinting out.
Mm-hmm.
In you go, heading for where he came from. Jadis, you hear someone in the kitchen, sound of running water, and in you go.
I'm going to yell out first before I head back in. Take a drink first! And then.
Not you, Colwyn.
Oh.
A reasonable thing to come to. Diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle-lee. Yeah, go up and pour the water over the elemental.
Okay, so you go in, it shudders, and it is, instead of this 20-foot towering monstrosity, it is down to almost man size. About 6, 7 foot.
So another 1 or 2 should do it, really.
You get in there. You are very close. But you also see that the barrier has cracks growing in it. Denson. as you're going out, you see Colwyn charge past you with a jug. You get out, take your breath. What are you doing? You hear Jadis. Oh, you hear the sound running water and Jadis in the kitchen.
Yeah, I'd dive into the kitchen, take a drink, and I'll probably make it back to the door in time.
Your haste still, so you could probably. You're still under
I
haste
can
speed.
probably get back in there, but I probably can't do anything else.
Yep. So, bang. I'd say breath, movement, getting the water. That's action, bonus action, and most of your movement. So you get back to the door. Jadis. Sorry. G.
Yeah.
Yo.
G.
Roll me that D20 again to find water, because that was a fail before. Still looking. As you go down the corridor, your full movement, you run into a servant carrying a jug, and you grab it off them. Jadis. You duck to the side as Denson darts into the kitchen, jug in hand. Sorry, grabbing a jug, filling it. And what are you doing?
I'll be right
again?
back. 2 minutes.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
shit,
diving.
I forgot Malcolm was there.
Yeah, I'll be right back. 2 minutes. I just need to help my dad with some ropes.
Yeah,
Okay.
all right, mate.
I apologise. He should have got there before Colwyn.
A lot of things happening very fast.
Yes. I am sorry about that. Denson. Sorry, Jadis. Heading back in.
Yep, same again. Run up to it and throw water on it.
Okay, so yeah.
Or well, pour it. Pouring it.
Well, if that's the case, I won't make that an attack roll. If you're just walking up, calmly pouring water into it, there's no way you'll.
I'm gonna make sure. I don't know if that water whip anaconda's still kind of wrapped around it, but
No,
I'm guessing.
it's dissipated.
No, as soon as I came out the
Okay.
mansion, it had gone.
Right. Okay. Then yeah, I'm just literally walking up and carefully pouring water over its arm, kind of in
You
the
watch
joint to
as
try and
it
break the
cuts.
arm off.
It cuts a line clean through that arm. The mist of the arm and the body boil back together, but it is again diminished in size. Probably around 6 foot now, from its 7 foot.
And once again, duck out, go and get some more.
Okay.
There is nothing I can do about that shield.
Nope.
Colwyn.
Hold up. No. We're waiting for Malcolm
Nord.
back. Is Malcolm back?
Yes.
Yes, got back.
So,
Hey.
Malcolm, the reason you took a second longer than Jadis to get there is that you heard that call from Serene. Get water. Come into the room. A jug in both hands.
Yep.
Nice.
My throwing aim is. Let me just check my dexterity. Yeah, I don't trust that, so I'm going to just hand those two to the whoever closest the allies that I come within range of.
So,
Um,
I think Jadis is on her way back out.
You can just run up and pour it on it.
Yeah, just hold your breath and pour it on it, man.
All right. Yeah, I am going to do that. Both of them.
Yep. Bing bing.
As well as doing that, I will also channel divinity.
Okay, so just as a note, that isn't. I'm going to make a ruling here. Let's put the water pour as a bonus action.
Okay, yeah. So I will do that, and then I will channel divinity, Twilight Sanctuary.
Okay, so what's that do? I don't have your sheet here in front of me. Give me a second. You
As
can
an
explain
action,
for everyone.
you present your holy symbol, and a sphere of twilight emanates from you. The sphere is centered on you, has a 30 feet radius, and is filled with dim light. The sphere moves with you and lasts for 1 minute or until you are incapacitated or die. Whenever a creature, including you, ends its turn in the sphere, you can grant that creature one of these benefits. You can grant it 1d6 plus 6 temporary hit points, or you can end one effect of it, causing it to be charmed or frightened.
So it has no effect on people to breathe or hold their breath or anything like that?
No, just temporary hit
Okay.
points, stuff like that, just in
Yep.
case.
Noted.
So at the end of my turn, I will take 1d6 plus 6 temporary hit points.
Yep.
Nice.
No worries.
I will
That's a
do
very strong spell, but yeah, okay.
Yeah.
9 temporary hit points for me.
Okay, so you watch as the water just rips threads of mist away and dissipates them. It's getting much smaller. Probably 4.5 foot. Colwyn. Duck out. You see Jadis coming out of the door, water in hand. You hear Denson in the kitchen pouring, filling the jug.
I'm just wondering whether or not it'd be possible to form a sort of impromptu bucket chain, I suppose would be the best synonym. So as soon as someone fills up from there, just going to grab it or basically get water to person who is closest so that they can douse the elemental ASAP.
I'm just gonna grab the jug and thrust it at Colwyn.
Yep,
Because
I take it and run off.
I'm going to run back in a minute and shape water again.
Yep. So, Colin,
Yep.
you've got his jug of water. Back in. Bam. Straight onto the elemental. Shudders.
Good enough.
It is now shorter than you are, Colwyn.
So yeah,
But
another.
still, bing, bing, against his barrier. The mist in the room is greatly reduced as well.
Can I run back in there?
Yes, you can.
I run back in. You shape water to grab all the water there, all the holy water, and wrap it round the creature again using shape water.
Diminish
Fun.
it. Again, halving it its size from 3 foot to 2. You are nearly
I'm going
there.
to keep this. I'm going to keep this going, obviously.
Yep, it'll be round by round, man. Now.
Yeah.
Gee.
How big was the golden elemental when I last saw it?
It was probably when you saw it. You were in there in the second round. It was still about 18 foot tall. It
Alright.
only had a couple of poured on it.
All right, I would have. In that case, I probably would have said as I ran away, "Fire!" I would have said, "Fire! Gavin's office." The servant.
They've already been warned about it, but you were inside the manor when it happened. I think. Or were you?
They've already been warned.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although he's just trying to get the idea is to get the servants to bring water to help them out with this.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right.
But
if that's what he wants to do, that's what he does.
He doesn't know it's that big. And then he's running straight back in with the water he grabbed from the hallway, not knowing there was in the
With the distance you are, but with your movement, I'll say you get to the gate, but you don't get back in there because you had to go further out to find water.
So, at this point, how many people have ended their turns 30 feet within my range?
No one. No
None?
one's sort of. They're all out of the manor at the moment. I mean, you are on a
Yeah.
different dimension to everyone.
I'm
Yeah.
inside.
Oh, Denzen's in there, so he gets temporary HP. Jadis.
Okay, so
Yep.
that will be 6 plus 6. That's 12 temporary hit points for you.
Thank you.
Jadis.
So I get in with new water, and it is. How tall is it now?
But it is tiny, but still
Is it?
single-mindedly focused,
I
bashing
mean,
it.
sorry, I didn't catch how tall it was. How?
It is about 2 foot tall.
Shorter than me.
Right. Okay.
It is about a
I am
half a
going to.
Poland.
I am going to pick up the damn thing and run out with it and stick it under the fucking tap.
You're going to try to pick it up?
Yep.
Okay. An air element-based creature, your hands pass through it.
Then what's holding the water?
It's
I
an
pour it on.
enchantment of the water passing through it, disrupting its magic and the poison as it has been previously.
Oh right. I
The
thought it
water's
was.
passing through it onto the ground, but as it goes, it disrupts portions of it.
Yeah.
Okay, now you see,
This
I
is
was
why
under
I've
the
shaped-
impression it was solid.
Yeah,
some
it's
reason.
not.
When
I'm
I
shaping the
first
water
described
around
it,
and
I
in
did
it.
describe it as a mist-based air elemental,
Yeah.
tainted with the golden kiss.
Yeah, then you used the word coalesce. So it was just.
Yeah,
Never mind.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay, never mind then. I will run out and get some more water.
Okay. So
I
again,
add that
diminish
to
it.
my shape water thingy as it goes.
Yep. On your neck. Malcolm, you are still in there. You haven't gone back out at this point.
Yeah, I can't really do anything because I don't have any more water on me. So I will pretty much follow up on James' idea and bring the two empty jugs I'm holding back towards the tap.
Not an issue. So you head out, get to the kitchen. Jadis and you both fill the water. Hold one.
Yep.
Yeah, second verse, same as the first.
So you come in to the room as you watch the elemental lifts from where its position is and starts to bleed through a hole in that barrier. I need you to roll let's call it acrobatic. Acrobatics or athletics, man, whichever you want to do to move quick enough to get there before it's inside that barrier.
24.
Oh, yes.
Clutch, man, clutch. As it starts to bleed through, water over it dissipates. The mist quickly clearing from the room.
Is that the end?
Mm-hmm. It seems to be.
Kaplan is probably going to run in and said, "All right, keep it coming for the delegates."
Can I get you a drink?
Oh, aye, lad. Find a woven ale do.
On it.
Water first, I think, ladies and gentlemen. Water first.
Doran looks at you, grimaces. Oh, fine then. But you know what fish do in that, right?
But it's been purified, so we should be all right.
Oh, okay. Just this once.
Never let the dwarves find out about microbes.
I'm not going to. So yeah,
The-
I shape the water, and wherever there's remaining mist and things, I sort of shape the water into a mist to combat it, to sort of rinse things down a bit,
Yep.
to try and get rid of any traces of the golden kiss.
Not an issue. Jadis. G. Malcolm, you head back into the room. Jug's full.
I shake off the disguised self as I pass it to the Tabaxi delegates.
She again says something to you in the back. Seeing it. Which, yep. Looks at you. No response.
No response.
She looked at you for a long time, and that just seems a little bit sad at you ignoring her query.
Just kind of wander to any other delegates that need water.
And between the 4 jugs that are brought in, everyone has a drink. There's plenty there left for anyone in the party that wants to have a refresh.
Yep, I'll have another one.
Gavin looks up as he sits. They all sit down. Rora, Elithra, exhaust from the makeshift defense against the elemental. Look at you and go. Gavin looks at you and goes, "Well, I didn't expect us to bring our own assassins in here."
Well, neither did we, sir. That
The
happened
plan?
to us too.
And Captain says, wasn't part of the plan for everyone to drink water before they drink the holy water before they went in?
No one mentioned this to us.
He did
First
at the
I've
original
heard of it.
meeting. He did it at the original meeting, but everyone forgot.
Everybody forgot.
Everyone got so excited about the trap, and it wasn't brought up in that morning.
Yeah,
Exactly. Nobody reminded anybody, so. Well,
How long has this whole ordeal taken?
Few minutes.
The meeting started around 8 or 9. Not
Mhm.
too early. It took a little bit of time to organise everyone into their position. I would have said it'd been about a 9 p.m. start to the show.
Yeah, I'm just saying from where the shit show started, from when I did my last cast of Take Poison.
How long does it last?
10 minutes.
I'd say that's gone by now, man.
Okay.
Because that would have you spent like an hour in that other meeting just waiting and talking about and presenting.
No, I
a
didn't cast it
cast.
then. I did cast it when the rest of the party that we were
Right.
meeting entered.
Well, considering how quickly it went, you've had the one round in the thing with the cleansing of the other delegates, another round in the chamber, 3 or 4 rounds to get there, and we'll call it 5 rounds, maybe cleansing the elemental. So it was only about a minute, maybe tops.
All right.
Right.
So
It was just a
do I-
very hectic, frick moment.
Ooh, my temporary hit points disappear because I'm guessing Nord's spells ended now.
No, the temporary hit points doesn't disappear. They lost you.
Oh, right.
Even when they
Right.
lost until a long rest or until you take the damage.
Cool. I'm on 50 hit points.
Right. Everybody's been watered. I am going to go and check on the 2 we left in the hall. And Jadis is going to kind of lump out at a steady clip back to the hall. And the 2 that we left unconscious are hopefully they're still there.
Strangely enough, my dice
Malcolm.
rolling has stopped working, and I just want to see if Kaplan realizes something. There it is. Kaplan says, do we think this happened elsewhere in the city?
McCrae looks up at you and goes, God, I hope not. Though water being water and it all being blessed at the moment, it's a strong chance that it has been cleansed from everybody. And if not, it seems that they were programmed to attack the delegates specifically. Like it did, watching what was happening, it did not even seek to try and defend itself from you.
Kaplan runs out to go look out Gavin's window.
There's no signs of anything in the city out beyond.
He walks back and says, doesn't appear to be anything, but yeah.
I turn to Malcolm and go, shall we go do a little interrogating of two people?
He looks at it and goes, who are you interrogating, sir?
What? Oh, Gavin does.
Mm-hmm.
My lord, we actually got a couple of people and managed to cure them where the golden mist was coming out of them. So we're going to go and have a word. I strongly suspect that they were unsuspecting actors in this.
Okay, so you want to confirm that. That's quite all right.
Yes.
Be a moment, lad. I'll finish this. We are going to continue the summit. This
Excellent.
is of grave concern, but if you'd be so kind to meet me in my chambers, say around midday, and I would like to,
of course, my lord,
extend my gratitude to your companions and possibly reward them for their services here.
I will let them all know, and we shall attend you at midday, sir.
Nods gravely.
I bow and grab Malcolm and sort of go, yes, I wonder if they actually knew that they had that within them. Let's find out, shall we?
Let us do. And he cracks his knuckles.
Oh,
So, Jadis, you get there, you see these people groggily coming to, looking dazed, confused to your high perception and insight.
I am going to help them up onto a chair next to each other, make sure they're all right.
Guards
Bit
gathered
of a
around,
headache?
keeping. What? Yeah. What happened?
You did not drink water.
It reminds me of a hangover.
You did not drink the water before
No,
we
and
started.
I regret it. I regret it.
Can Kaplan come in and confirm this with insight?
Yeah, go for it. You hadn't said what you were doing, and you weren't actually in the manor.
Oh,
So-
well, is it because he ran outside the manor, then ran back in to say, oh yeah, the city looks okay.
So you quite literally could have followed with Jadis if you'd known where she was going, or decided on your own to go back there. So go ahead.
Well, they'll have seen me and Malcolm go down.
Yeah, hang on,
towards-
I'm just refreshing the webpage because my dice have stopped rolling.
I'd say from where his position was, he would have been ahead of you. I know.
Right.
He hadn't actually said anything about what he was doing because everyone else was sort of.
Tristan's refreshed the page and his dice rolls are crap again.
Oi, he's lying. I rolled a 1. Unless you want to tell me that I got another message from that one.
No, it doesn't automatically mean you think he's lying. You can't tell.
All right, but it would be a lot more fun the other way. All right,
But if that's what your automatic suspicious nature says he'd do, go for it. I'm not going to tell you how to play your character.
I'm gonna go with suspicion. Really? He's gonna like get in his face. Really? So you didn't drink the water on purpose, despite me telling you to?
You did not tell. You just made suggestion. And other delegates in other room drank it either. So hush.
Can I
Penny's
ask?
inside isn't as high as I thought it was.
Can I ask for a what would it be to the opposite of deception?
Persuasion?
Persuasion from Jadis. I just want to roleplay this properly.
You want persuasion from me, okay?
No, I'm just trying to roleplay this.
No, you're asking.
Oh yeah, she persuaded you.
I was going to say, you're asking the bard of the group to use a charisma-based skill on you.
Yeah, I
That was what
know.
it was about.
Although
Well, he's trying to stop himself being a suspicious git. Is what he's trying to do.
No, I'd say you're well and truly persuaded. Is what I'm saying.
all right. Kaplan backs off, feeling a little bit stupid about it. Like, yeah, maybe.
No, if there's one thing that bards are brilliant at, it's at any charisma-based skill.
Oh God, yeah. Have we got there then?
So, you come in to see G standing a bit confrontationally, and Jada's just shaking her head at him and sort of saying no.
What's the verdict, Jadis? Did they know?
Doesn't seem to. Much like us.
Yeah. I suspected as much. Shame. Malcolm was looking forward to a nice little interrogation.
That's a real shame. I was hoping to write in these new gloves.
Oh, yes. The High Lord wishes to thank us all. He's asked that we all attend him in his office at midday.
Oh,
Sounds good.
He can be quite generous in his thanks.
Jadis is just going to press another cup of water into the hands of the two kind of delegates there.
To fake delegate, say
Yeah.
nod, thank you, and down the glass instantly.
If
And they look a lot more chipper after it.
just a word of warning to you, my friends. The people who have orchestrated this do not like loose ends. You are now loose end. The High Lord is a very understanding man. Good luck to you. And she's going to leave.
As you say this, they just look absolutely terrified.
Can I take a quick look over on them? Raise your arms, if you don't mind, and then just peek around them just to see if I can see any similar tattoos to what we've discovered earlier.
Okay, so investigation.
Let's say 16.
You
but
carefully and closely inspect everyone, arms, hands, and find nothing remote similar that Singe had.
Yep. Okay. That makes me feel a little bit more calm, at least.
excellent.
It
would appear that
I just don't.
No,
I
you
don't get
guys
the
have-
suspicion
you
that
guys
they
have
will.
absolutely-
They will.
I will let you know
Sorry.
that you guys have absolutely destroyed what I had planned.
Yeah.
See, I had this idea where you'd be struggling with the thing there and go, oh shit, the delegation, and be there and really, then the barrier cracked and them fighting for their lives. But
To be fair, it could have
you went, ha ha ha. Missed my plan.
Shape water. No.
But you guys have just gone, nah, GM. your plans are,
I finally remembered all of my spells that I had, and I suddenly realised I'd got shape water, and it was like, yeah, there we go.
I will say, you guys have done absolutely brilliantly, Fanny.
I am
Give
just
me a
glad.
couple of minutes, guys.
Jadis,
Just,
Lord.
one second. Just autopilot me for a couple of minutes because
Okay.
I need to help my dad as we
Yeah,
dock our
go for it,
boat
Nord.
into the docks.
Yep.
Yeah, go for it, Nord.
I'm just glad that I remembered that we were saying how the mana, everything in it is created, nothing's brought from the inside. So I grabbed a
Yes.
jug of water.
Well, yeah. Yeah, well
Cap-
done, Vanny.
Kaplan's going to see if he can give an order to the guards outside the room.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to tell them, look, you need to tell the guards if you see if anyone's collapsing or spewing golden mist or whatnot. You need to tell all the guards in the city to pass on the message to drink water from the wells. It'll
Okay.
help them.
And they nod, and the message is passed on and spread throughout the ranks of the Knights of Soul.
Superb.
Yarp.
Is there anything that you
Right.
guys wanted to do before you take it? We could time skip to the meeting, or you can do whatever.
think I'm
No,
fine.
I think I've kind of managed to passively intimidate those two delegates.
Mhm.
Guardsmen,
I wandered
but yeah.
back up to where Colwyn is, and let him know about the meeting. Although he might have been there when Gavin McRae said it. So
Yeah, well, it's important to do that anyway. Yeah. Right, I'll get my face put on. Take a minute, and I'll see you guys there.
right, top work, everybody.
Kaplan wants to be in. Kaplan wants to. Kaplan needs to. Yeah, Kaplan wants to have a chat to Doran.
Oh,
Doran.
Doran.
Doran. Yeah, he wants
It's
to have a
close
chat
enough.
to Doran as soon as he can. To say, look, the idea with the I want to see if we can. It's up to you, but maybe we can move the meeting. Maybe we can move the shadow meeting the same way we move this meeting, and everyone has to drink water beforehand. But he's not. And saying, I just didn't want anyone to know about it till this meeting went off without a hitch, mostly.
Yeah, you can do that, but you'll have to catch up with him once the meeting breaks for lunch.
Yeah. That's basically what he
Because
where he wants to be.
because as you know, Gavin McRae is going to call a short recess to come, and he wants to come out and thank you all, basically. And while they're doing that, the delegates are going to eat actually in the mansion, but with the food provided there. They're not actually coming out.
Right.
Magnificent mansion, man. It's a thing of beauty. Did
It is.
anyone want to take a brief pause there? Do we want to keep?
No, keep going. I've
Yeah, I think we
sorted out my
can
mum's,
naturally
stuff.
end this for a little. Nord did say he wanted to go on autopilot
Yeah, and he
for a bit.
said he did say to autopilot him a bit.
But I don't. If there's something important coming up, I wouldn't want him to.
It's not. It's just the short meeting with
The epilogue.
Great. We do have the meeting with the Shadow Hand, but that's going to be fun in its own right. Honestly, you guys have got what they had planned nailed down. So that is just, let me just rip that page out and toss it.
Sorry about that.
Fine. Hey, brilliant plans countered by an even more brilliant plan. I love it. I did see it kind of coming with the whole holy water and the blessing of the reservoir.
Also so glad I arranged that.
Yeah, well, it's everybody got the good thing, and then Triss did an absolute belter, and then we all fed off that, really.
Yeah, and see, I didn't change my plans and what I had scheduled because I'd saw you guys going, well, fuck you, DM. I was like, well, they've earned it. They've done this brilliant bit of deduction and role play. I'm not going to punish them for it by changing what I'm doing.
Yeah. No, it's always nice when you've got this great little bit of planning, and then all of a sudden, all the players just turn around and just go, "Hang on," and just absolutely trash it. And it's like, yeah, fair. Love it.
Because you guys, I'd seen what was happening and how it could happen, and then it just all came together for you. So I'm like, well done. And as soon as Trish said it, I said, that is going to be clutch.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry,
Yeah.
back.
You're welcome
We're
back.
safe in,
Yeah.
in
Oh,
the
your
dock.
timing was great.
So we're going to
Yeah,
move forward
perfect.
with the thing. You come to the door, Governor Crazy. I'm just going to do a time skip. You get into the office one by one. He looks up from his desk, having just come out of the dimension door, the door to the mansion. I want to thank you. You have quite literally saved people, many people, significant power in the majority of the nations of the. He goes to a corner, lifts a small chest, and places it on his desk. The least I can do for your aid here today. Upon opening it, you see a chest brim and overflowing with gold and gems. Sorry, Colin, you were going to say something?
I just want to make it clear that Mr. Kaplan over there has more than earned this. I will not be taking any share of these winnings. I was happy to help, but this is your victory, Kaplan. Primarily, in my mind.
Yeah. Kaplan says, "Thank you. I just did what I did for Soul's Guard. But we may need it in our next steps with what we do. If you don't want, yeah."
So I'll, just as an added note, I'll put in the notes later as to what's in there so you can add it to your sheet. I'm not going to go through it here in game time, but suffice it to say there's 30,000 gold in there, plus various amounts of diamonds, whatever, that I
Yes.
will.
You're most gracious, my lord. Thank you. All in the service of Soul's Guard.
You don't
Indeed.
understand. You didn't save the lives of delegates. If they had have died here on Saltguardian territory, it could have crippled diplomacy between nations.
Don't worry. We'll hunt them down.
He looks at you and goes, "See that you do."
Oh yeah, right. And Kaplan says, "Oh yeah, I just want to say, whose idea was it for? Oh yeah, And as far as if we are putting down people who are instrumental in this, and Kaplan mentions, I forget who was it who organized the water, the entire
Jadis.
reservoir, the entire reservoir.
Jadis.
Yeah. Then it said, and Jadis' idea to bless all the water in the castle. That was what saved everyone too. So
Yes, but I did not personally, and I know that a lot of components and reagents would have been used by the clergymen in the church. So maybe donation to them as well.
Good plan.
Part of.
Looks at you, shakes his head and goes, "The church is a state religion. The state will provide what they need."
Good point.
Any any diamonds you find in there that you'd say be
I'll
worth.
put the list through later, Nord. It is
Yes,
Yeah, I'm
a,
just-
a
this is
substantial
just
reward.
something
I'm not going to stuff
This is
around
just
with it at the
something
moment.
I'm saying in character to Kaplan and the rest.
Yeah.
So any diamonds you happen to find within the price range of 300 gold or so, I wouldn't mind having them sent towards me, as those could actually help me keep you guys
Ooh.
alive.
Oh, of course. You use them for spell components, do you not, sir?
I do. If any one of you would, let's hope
Sounds
that
like a
doesn't
good
happen.
idea.
But if
Sounds like a good
any one
idea
of
to
you
me.
were to fall in battle, then yeah, it would be very helpful.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yes, of
interesting.
course.
It's during because out of character, I know exactly what spell that is because
Yeah.
no, yeah, because
Anyway.
Tavares got some as well for that.
Anyway, Kaplan, you said you wanted to duck into the mansion to have a word with Doran.
Yes.
So you enter
Oh,
the mansion.
Ash.
Yes.
Is it at this point that the rest of us finally catch Vanny up and level up?
Yeah. No, I'd say that's the end of arc. You've just got the meeting to do, which is just a brief meet and greet between the things for them to agree to work together. After that, it's not going to be a major thing because you've already neutralized whatever threat they had planned with that.
Yeah. Can
you've
I
got
just
the
check, Vanny,
precautions
you
in
are
place.
at level 7, aren't you?
Yes.
Right. Yeah,
So
the
if you
rest of
guys
us
want to
need
do that in the background,
Yeah,
you
lovely.
get into the. You go into the mansion. You get Doran's attention, draw him to one side. Oh, hey lad, what can I do for you?
Doran, if you haven't guessed already, this place is the kind of thing I wanted to move the Shadow Conference to if we can.
Oh, I don't think my cleric can do this. I'm pretty sure this is arcane based.
Well,
I'd guess maybe a bard or a mage of some sort.
well, I think I know someone else who can do it for us. And
aye.
And then he points out
Serene's not in the mansion.
Serene, and then he points out and then says, if you do want to have a chat, Serene would be Serene. The
Oh, you mean the pretty
yeah.
lad who was out the front?
Oh yeah.
With the real titan. Oh, she's a nice one.
Yeah.
I'll spend more time with her. No trouble.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. And of course the other important thing for our little meet and greet about this is we need the other important thing for this meet and
We
greet.
want to move the camp. Do the same thing we did here.
Yeah. Although it's very important that everyone drinks holy water before we go in.
Well, why don't we hold it at the dancers camp if that's all right? If you check with this Serene or Jedis, maybe we bring it all there.
All right, I'll run it by them, but they may not like the other dancers potentially being in danger.
Well, you've got a
Don't drink their coffee.
Soul's Guardian Knights are protecting you, haven't she? So
you guys aren't there, I believe, unless you followed me in.
All right.
Yeah, quite well have. If you wanted to, you could have. But I just assumed it was him going in there. He's the only one that stated it. Well, you go have a word from lad, and you come back in right in and let me know.
Okay. So he ducks back out, and is Jadis and Serene there, or is just Serene?
Yeah, Serene's still standing guard, and I think that everyone's still there. I don't know. Is everyone still there?
Yep, I haven't moved.
Yeah, we haven't gone anywhere. We're looking at the chest, just going, could do with upgrading a couple of things.
So Kaplan says, "All right, so Serene, Serene, just checking, you're able to do this magic mansion thingy
Gives
again
you
if we need?
Yeah, no troubles.
Well, because you want to be involved in the Shadow Conference, I figure we do the same thing the Shadow Conference we did here, except we make everyone drink the holy water on the way in."
Rugs goes, I got no place in this Shadow Conference. I'm a bard, lad, but I'm happy to help out.
Well,
Saying
you
the wrong accent.
She. Oh yeah, I can help out with the shadow con. I've got no place in it. Though.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, as far as that goes, we just need. As far as that goes, if you just want to run, if you just want to stand outside, do that.
I can do the same thing that I've done here and provide security. It's quite alright.
Yep, all good. Jadis. Darren wants to possibly hold it over at A2, and the thing I said that you may not like that because it may put it may threaten the safety of your crew. But
Serene shakes her head and goes, "We can start moving the dancers out before the meeting. And get them moving towards. Get Daisy to start them moving back towards Earl's Bay."
all right, just I didn't want to.
She wasn't
potentially put them
talking
in
to
harm.
you. She was talking to Jadis. There.
That is probably for best. They have long journey ahead.
Nods. And I can always catch them up. So we're in agreement. I would suggest that you all return to the camp and have a rest in preparation for those attending the meeting.
I'll go and let Doran know that we're all set to move the Shadow Conference to the camp.
And you go in.
If and then he says,
Appreciate
and then he says, can people pass the word along to the delegates they have access to? The thieves, for example, the All Trade and whatnot. I don't know how we're contacting them, but yeah.
That's quite right. You can literally take the Dragonborn there aside and let him know, since he is the representative for the delegation in there. And Doran, Colin can do the. It's a quick thing. You've got someone running messages anyway from the Bards Guild, from the dance.
Jason waves from a corner.
So as soon as he says, he bows to Serene and Jadis and darts from the room. Doran agrees to the plan, wanders over, tags the Dragonborn delegate, takes him to one side, informs him of the change, and Serene suggests that you get a long rest, which is probably good advice, I guess. I don't know if that's something you want to do.
Kaplan doesn't 100% need one. Kaplan didn't really use any abilities, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's just a time skip mechanic.
Yeah.
Or I can go through the minutiae of what you guys are doing, and we can come back next week to do a short thing on the shadow.
All right, no, yeah. Go time skip.
If that's what everyone wants to do.
Yeah, I mean, Jadis is just going to be helping, sort of like kind of get the dancers packed up and on their way. So
yeah, between.
Could I ask a quick question of everybody?
Mm-hmm.
I've got an extra spell here. 4th level. What do we think would be more suitable? Charm Monster, Greater Invisibility, or Polymorph for my character?
polymorph. So fucking polymorph.
It would be polymorph or invisibility based on. Probably polymorph, given he's an investigator.
He's not an investigator. He's an agent.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Invisibility will allow you to get into places. Polymorph will let you eliminate people to get past them.
Yeah. It would be down to those two anyway.
Right.
Or
Anybody else?
polymorph would allow
any
you
thought?
to. Polymorph would give you the ability to get into places in ways you wouldn't be able to see. You'd be able to move small and stealthy.
Yeah, I was thinking polymorph.
I'd say polymorph would be the more useful spell.
Utility.
You know, you could fly in.
Yeah,
and learn.
I agree.
Take out targets
I agree.
and shit. That'd be my suggestion personally.
No, I just couldn't make it. It was, to be honest, between those two, and I couldn't quite make my mind up. So, yeah, I've gone for polymorph. Thank you, guys. please do carry on. That's me leveled up.
Do we want to call a quick break before the shadow conference, or?
It's not going to take long, man. I think we'll just start
Yeah.
this out, and that's arc complete, and we can do whatever going into next week.
Yeah. And all our characters can go for a nice long rest. And
I know that several characters need it. That's fine.
Yeah.
About
yeah,
9
I definitely
p.m.
need it.
About 9 p.m. You'll finish up for tasks. The camp is quiet with the dancers gone. Daisy having led them out around 4 p.m. to start on the track to get what it can from the last hours of sunlight down the road. Doreen comes out of her tent, still there. Says, well, best get this done. And she is going to create the gateway for the magnificent mansion just within the entrance to her tent.
Kaplan is there, and Kaplan is wearing his coat, which like turns inside out. So it's like a black coat with like a hood tucked away. But he's like,
Okay.
so it's like black coat with a hood, and so he shows what's the name of face, but then like tries to hide his face in the darkness.
Do you have like disguise self or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Let's put it as a stealth roll there, man, to be able to hide your face so someone can't recognize you. You're not trying
Either
to
that
hide
or
so much
deception.
as yeah. Okay, noted. So Kaplan's there. Denson, are you attending?
I'm not sure I was invited, to be quite honest, but
you are aware of it. And as an agent for the High Lord, you could probably finagle your way in if you were.
Yeah, I will do. I'll make my way there as I'm going to try my polymorph out and land as an owl suddenly turns up and then transforms into Denson.
No problem. Colwyn,
That worked.
you come back to the camp, escorting Jack. Basically going as his +1. Not Jack, as Kitty. She is in her normal clothes, her leather, daggers at her hips, face covered, only her eyes showing, hood up. As to what you look is entirely up to you, and you just had it disguised.
Oh, sorry, excuse me, you caught me mid-stretch. I need to get this chair replaced. My back is getting... Anyway, what do I look like? Colwyn's going to go as Colwyn. It's no secret who he is or why he's attending, so there's actually no need in this instance to disguise himself. And it's also useful in terms of if he needs to show his face somewhere before they even say, yeah, I know who you are, what you do, and who you represent. So I think if someone could butt in and tell me if my logic isn't completely sound, but yeah.
Most of them are aware that you're a member of the All Trade at this point.
Does Kitty look like Kitty?
Kitty, as I said, looks like some. You can tell probably she's a female, but it's a heavy leather outfit.
To be honest, they've probably both stealthed their way there, so that nobody
she's
can follow
got the a hood up and a mask on. All you can literally see is her eyes. I did say it.
Yeah.
All right. No. Yep. All right. No, just wondering if because otherwise Kaplan would have a reaction to seeing Kitty there if he knew it was Kitty. But yeah.
No, she's not representing who she is to anybody. You don't need to know.
Mm-hmm. There is a strange-looking owl perch there, but apart from that,
Anyway,
So, as you're talking, a bronze dragonborn walks into camp, not trying to hide who he is. And looks at you all, goes to the jug of water there, pours himself a cup, throws it back, drinks, looks at the rest of you and goes, I will not set one foot in there unless I see everyone drink.
the owl turns into a minotaur and he drinks.
Doesn't even blink as he watches you do it.
At this point, Kaplan says, maybe we wait till everyone shows up. He puts on a little bit of voice. Maybe we wait till everyone shows up just so we don't have to do this over and over. Yeah?
The
I'm pretty sure if your
Dragonborn
voice is
looks-
muffled by something, you don't need to worry about
Yeah.
performing.
The Dragonborn looks at you, nods, smiles, nods again. And it's a nod of recognition.
Yeah, he knows who you are.
As you are watching, from the shadows comes an androgynous figure, slender, tall. If you've ever, anyone that knows Assassin's Creed, it's that style of thing, of outfit, of one piece in grey with a hood and a veil. Just barely see the eyes under the hood.
Mhm.
Comes forward, takes a glass of water, turns away from you to drink, before turning back to you, face covered again. Not speaking, but
Probably tips the cup
nods.
upside down to show that there's no water in it.
Mm-hmm.
And puts it down.
And you gather that this is a representative for the Assassin's Guild.
Mhm.
And at that point, everyone that coming is there.
Hang on, Ash. I apologise for interrupting. Did you say that the bronze dragonborn looked familiar?
No, he recognised
Kaplan.
Kaplan, because
Gotcha.
Kaplan has been operating in Safe for a long time. To a lot of the higher placed members of the Dragonborn intelligence, he is well known.
I understand. Thank you. Just wanted to clarify that.
Mhm.
Please continue.
That's all right. So with that,
Fine.
Kitty takes not Kitty, Serene takes charge. Well, it seems everyone here is represented of an organisation.
Isn't Dorin hosting?
We're just waiting on. No, he's over at the other camp hosting. He was merely. He's not involved in the conference. Such. He can be if you want him to be. But
No point.
he was organising a safe space for you to do it.
Yeah, good point.
He's not putting himself in the middle of assassins, thieves, and bloody secret agents. He is not that
Good
stupid.
point. Carry on. Sorry, it was just my.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Serene, look, if you'll make your way into the portal mansion, you may proceed with your negotiation. And she draws her blender rapier again, resting the blade on her other palm. Hips.
Quick. Was Malcolm part of this?
You can be as G's +1, but you're not actually part of the intelligence network.
All right.
I don't mind having a +1 there, so.
I mean, Jack's brought one, so there's no reason you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will,
It's probably
I
a
will
good
join.
idea.
And as long as as soon as everyone like gathers up and sits down and begins this, Malcolm will ask, does anyone in here mind me doing something just to keep us all honest to each other?
Colwyn has to stifle a laugh.
G's going to whisper in his ear. Yeah, as long as it doesn't involve revealing our identities, they'll probably be okay with it. And Kaplan also drank before he entering too, obviously.
Everyone drinks, but yeah, just to be clear, you don't have to. My ability here, my spell, it doesn't make you have to tell any truths. It just makes you not being able to tell a lie.
The Dragonborn
Yeah,
looks at you and shrugs. It will create trust, I suppose. So I am fine with this. Looks at Kitty. She shrugs, goes, as long as you don't mind me not answering it, something that I don't want to.
Like names,
fine.
etc.
That's fine.
Looks around the room.
So if
Tenzin.
Okay.
very well.
Kaplan, you suggested it. Looks at the Assassins Guild member. Who shrugs and waves to tell you to carry on.
In that case, I will cast Zone of Truth.
I think we are here to discuss pooling of information and the dismantling of the Shadow Hand. Sorry, it's a Dragonborn. Sorry, it's taking the lead here. And that was totally not a bloody Dragonborn voice. I apologise. I've been flicking between too many of them.
Yeah, get you.
Actually, no, Serene would have gone in with you because no one can enter without her say so. So that was the correct voice. She is just taking charge of this damn thing as a neutral party.
Yep. Kaplan's going to say, I know we don't want to say who we are, but let's just say whom we represent. Yeah?
We already know.
Serene looks at you and goes, I think everyone's aware who everyone is. She points around the room. Kitty, all trade. Points at you, Kaplan. The Crownsman. Points at the Dragonborn. Imperial Intelligence. Points at the Assassin's Guild. The Assassins. Points at first Colwyn and then Malcolm. Plus ones.
Yep.
I think what you've come here is to discuss whether people are willing. I correct myself. Sorry, it's not whether to discuss whether you are willing to pool information, but by being here, that you are agreeing to it and that how to do it. Would that be a correct assumption?
Agreed.
Yes.
Agreed.
The Assassin's Guild member nod. Dragonborn.
So-
Yeah, he's like, again, waves the discussion forward. So my suggestion is that we discuss an organisation, a way to communicate in regards to the Shadow Hand, to pool information, to dismantle their operation throughout all of their lands.
Yeah.
I believe
Agreed.
it looks at Serene turns and looks at Kitty. I believe that Jack of all trades has already set in motion plans to have people act upon let's say corruption in Summerford. Kitty wearily. Isa merely nods and says, "You are remarkably well informed." Serene cocks her head and goes, "I'm a gold-class bard. I listen to everything." She kind of pauses Kitty pauses as she looks at Serene, nods. We always forget that bards are everywhere.
Perhaps that is the answer then.
everywhere.
That the network should consist through the bards, perhaps, as a neutral party. There can be no.
I have the authority to speak for the guild in this. I'm happy to make that a thing if you would like. I have connections within all of your organisations, believe it or not.
I believe it. Do we all think this is a good idea? For the bards,
I have my doubts.
can always find them.
And just want to disabuse anyone present who may believe that the Bards are a neutral organisation. We're all here for our own interest, and this is a mutual interest for us all. However, information may come about that may be of more use to one side than the other. The Bards are no exception to this. No disrespect meant, but in order to have honour amongst our organisations, we don't need to blow smoke up each other's arses like we're a bunch of nobles dividing up a kingdom.
Doreen tosses back her head and laughs. Much appreciated for the honesty. Rather than have the bards handle it, I would suggest a council, a centre of operations, of all organisations in a central location.
Very well.
Better.
Representatives, as it were, from all organisations.
Like some big giant notice board that we're all putting information on.
Basically, it all arrives, gets consolidated and dispatched through the various organisations to the heads of those organisations.
Everyone on the council sees it at the same time. No one has an undue advantage over the other, and can communicate that in time.
I would suggest that we organise some sort of link pearl from the headquarters of each group to pass information through to this call centre. I'm sure you all have access to these devices, these sending stones. What did I say? I think I said something completely different. Don't worry about me.
You said Link Pearl as a Final Fantasy
I know.
reference.
I realised as soon as I said it, I'm like, wait, that's not right.
We've been playing way too much Final Fantasy lately.
Guess what I played?
You really have,
time. I realised as soon as I said it, I'm like, wait, I came back to it, I'm like, I did say that, didn't I?
Yeah,
I did.
you
And then
did.
I went to sending stone. I think everyone's got.
Yeah, I think we got what you meant. Yeah.
I think we've got. Everyone's got access to magic item, and we can.
Well,
then
the heads of the guilds certainly. Insofar
Um,
as I can proffer my opinion on that.
And they can
Kitty
disseminate
nod.
information, and then
Kitty
they can
nod.
disseminate information outwards, so we don't need to distrust
okay.
each other's network.
And around, I think everyone, the NPCs at least we're all nodding in agreement.
I would suggest that this central centre has people in it from each of the organisations.
That would be the plan. I don't believe that your organisation is all that large, Serene says, though. I am happy to provide the information from the Bards. We are not an intelligence organisation as such, but as stated, we are everywhere and we hear all sorts.
Mm-hmm.
A
All
raspy
information
voice
gathered is welcome.
from
Hold up.
a raspy voice from the grey-clad figure speaks up. You will have to ensure the network stays secure. We had issues, remember?
Pardon me, representative. I have been not as in the loop as some of the others. What was that issue?
Serene looks at you and goes, I believe that you said that each of your organisations were infiltrated.
Out of character, was Colwyn there?
You are all aware of it. Jack said it. Everyone said it. That's involved
Yeah.
has said it. Which
Right,
is why
okay.
it's one of the reasons that G specifically was brought back from Sisay, because he was trusted implicitly by Roger St. James.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Sorry, I'm just again
Mhm.
filling in the backgrounds.
It
for
was
stuff
a
that
it was a
missed. Yeah.
it was a way back, man. I can't blame you for forgetting it.
And thank you, Becca, for bringing that up, so it could be just oh yeah, that was the thing.
Yep.
Okay, so looking at my thing here, insight, natural insight. Actually, roll me a dice there, Jadis, for deception. Now that you've actually spoken.
16.
My passive
So
insight.
Let me do a thing, man. I know I've got everyone's score here. Kaplan, Malcolm. In spite of Jadis' attempts to hide her voice, you immediately recognise it as familiar. But since it's only a match roll, you can't quite place familiarity.
Go on, Becca.
No, I just needed to check something on the No, it's fine.
Okay.
Did you want to
Oh.
actually, before you go, you don't actually have inspiration, never mind. You haven't used it. Or did you? You used your inspiration, never mind.
Yes.
For the thing.
I
I
used,
wanted to. Go on.
used one, but I still had bardic inspiration.
Oh, right. If you've still got it there, you feel free to add it to your deception roll. You can use it for any of that. If that's
Right.
the thing you wanted to do.
I was having a look to see sort of like kind of I'm trying to I can't remember where it is on this bloody thing. Features and traits. There we go. So it's a D8.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
what
you see, you're looking for the number.
I was looking
I
for
mean,
the number.
you were 16. Even rolling a 1, that means they don't know who you are.
19.
Like I said, you're not that far off it with the thing, Malcolm G. This, you can't put your finger on it, and it just seems off. But the voice is just very rough, and for a moment, but then it's like, we don't know.
So just confirm, Vanny is playing a different character to Jadis now.
No,
All right.
maybe you don't know.
Yes, him telling you would defeat the entire reason. roll. I failed the roll, but I wish this information. No. I would like to roll insight to see if I get anything or no.
Go for it. I was just working off the passive. Nah, man.
No.
Again.
Can I spit no cigar?
It really. You could have it. Yeah.
You should have left it as your passive, because now that's the main one that you're going to be taking
Yeah.
it from. You know nothing. You don't even recognize it.
Yeah,
It's not even
it doesn't
familiar.
even seem familiar to you anymore, man.
Could be anyone.
Mm-hmm. Colin, you're almost on the point, grasping just something there, like a tone or a shift. But it's just outside of it. You swear you, but no. It's just
I
one
would
of those
like
things where it's a
to
familiar thing. You've got that.
put forward a suggestion
Mm-hmm.
that he sort of kind of not exactly success, but thing with complication, and he mistakes the voice for Necro Kitty.
Oh, I was going to say you've also got your inspiration there if you're really sort of.
Nice.
This is more fun.
Yep,
Yep.
that is great.
And sort of yeah, even
That's
as
really good.
hidden as he is, you just sort of see these eyes boggling and just going, "Oh God!" It's like, do not lose your shit. I repeat, do not lose your shit.
That is great. Love it.
It's even more funnier because size difference.
Yeah,
Mm.
one's tiny.
And the reason why you shouldn't lose your shit is because your dead father is watching you go to the toilet.
Oh, please, come on.
Sorry.
Was there anything anyone else wanted to bring up with the Shadow Conference other than minor organizational details?
No, not really.
So
'Cause,
what is sorry? So
go
what
on.
is worked out with it?
That there's representatives of each of the organizations is going to set up a small enclave, basically, to operate out of from this alliance between the organizations to disseminate info comes in.
We all put information in and we can all get information out if we need it.
Mm. A lot of it
I'm
was
not-
for the sneaky reveal there, if I'm being honest at this point.
Yeah. But to be quite honest,
She has
it's like,
been waiting to fucking throw you out that and
the point is that Denzin can't really reveal who he actually is, and his organisation can't be part of this.
Serene did bring that up and say that you are not part of a large organisation as such.
Exactly.
And
As far as everybody's concerned, I'm still just part of Gavin McRae's
so
set of agents.
it's her politely saying that you'll be a little out of the loop.
Yeah.
But
I think the only people in this meeting that knows about anything about Malcolm also is only the actual party that he revealed information to.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, you'd be surprised what Serene doesn't know, man.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
All right. So Kaplan's going to clarify, and so each of us as representatives will appoint a representative.
No, you will
Correct?
relay the information back to the heads of your organisation, and they will sort.
Yeah. They'll sort it between them.
Communications will be had for a location, and they will organise it. It was agreement that this would be what was to happen going forward. The finer details we'll leave to the big bureaucracy.
Yeah. And we'll put things in place that so that we can continually look to our own organisations, so that we can try and root out any
Serene looks around.
plants that are there.
You all goes. If we are all in agreement, I suggest we leave one by one in reverse order of what we arrived in. So, seeing as our assassin representative was here last, they leave first.
Agreed.
Before I go, information we must present. We know of the Shadowed Hand and their dealings. However, we do not know what they are doing. Yet we have one name, Carnor.
Eddie nods.
Yes. Baron Carnor.
And at this point,
He
Kaplan
nods
spits
as
on the
well.
ground at the mention of his name.
Serene looks around and goes, well, looks at Colin. I believe we have several representatives in this room that are moving to dismantle his organisation, and the Baron himself will have been instructed to do so. Is this
Indeed.
correct?
The precise measures are not in place as of yet. An initial scan and looking for openings will be taking place. There is one thing I would like to put to this assembled council. As with much of the nobility, there will be expectations of who will, well, succeed him once he has vacated his post involuntarily. Now, unless it turns out that his family is going to be removed from the line of succession,
Well,
which
Serene will raise her hand and goes, I believe that the post for crownsman is appointed, not inherited.
I was not referring to his role as a crownsman. He is a baron. He will have lands, assets, etc.,
yes.
etc.
Surely that's a
And
matter for the crown to sort.
More than likely, I do not believe he has an heir.
And I'm sure crown will appoint somebody suitable.
yes, that's
Malcolm
good.
kind of.
Yes, sorry, go on.
Malcolm, just a quirk. Well, Malcolm leans down and doesn't even try to lower his voice. Gee, did you just spit on Serene's floor?
The man is a traitor.
Well,
I pressed to digitate it up.
At this point, Kaplan says, I think the last thing we have to do is, given that we are under a zone of truth, is I believe we all need to affirm our loyalty to this treaty.
Excuse me. Colin was bringing that up. He wasn't done talking.
Oh, sorry. Then G wouldn't have started yet.
Yeah. So it's all right, Tristan. You weren't to know. There were a bunch of who kind of jumped in, and then it's impossible to know where the conversation is going to go. The assets and the cover for this council notice board could be well served by sequestering the assets of a man who had sought to not just disrupt our various organizations, but generally be a malediction to the realm in general. Therefore, the reason why I brought it up was to propose that after expenses had been paid, that use would be made of the various fortifications and organizations he would have had access to.
Serene leans back in a chair and goes, you were talking about seizing crown property for a private underworld organisation. His shadow personal holdings, the more corrupt, that is out of the crown's control, but his lands given by the crown I do not believe that the government, the king himself, would take kindly to that, and you may see the knights turn a stern eye towards you if you tried that, sir.
And not to put too fine a point in it, but although Karnor and most of the people, Karnor and we suspect a large portion of his organization, of his branch of his organization are corrupt. Do we really want to set up in? Do we really want to set up in their old headquarters? No, it's a security risk.
We can't anyway. The lands are granted to a family, and they can be taken back from a family.
They still belong to the crown at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for.
They're not personal
I wasn't
assets,
sure.
is what we're saying.
Yeah, that's what I was attempting to.
The majority of his
clarify.
holdings belong to the crown and are given into holding to his family.
Yeah, like with most of the aristocracy, it's given in trust. It's not actually technically their land. It's always the monarch's land, just that their family owns and administers and takes any cash off it, basically.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Thank you for filling me in on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good point, though, Ed. So.
Appreciated. While I do have a background in various figures, I'm not exactly well versed in the particularities of that area
Understood.
of the law. Continue.
I think that about wraps it up.
Kaplan is going to say, if we are all done, I would like to, especially since we are under the zone of truth and we cannot lie, I'll personally affirm that I'll do nothing to stop this council.
Serene steps forward. I will confirm my commitment to the destruction of those that have brought such mayhem, chaos, this dismantling and providing information to undermine this Karnor and the Shadow Hand.
I
will
too
not
affirm
forgive
myself to this role. Oh, sorry.
I will not forgive those that sought to poison my daughter.
Well said. I too confirm my commitment to rooting out and destroying those who have done these abominable and corrupt things.
In the same vein,
nods.
as do I.
And again,
my loyalty is cancelling the duties and obligations that we have taken upon ourselves. Finishing speaking.
The Dragonborn affirms his commitment to the cause, as does Kitty. All eyes turn on the member from the Assassin's Guild.
Vows such as these are difficult to word for one in my profession, given who hires me. So all I will say is this. I will do naught to put this realm in danger.
Colwyn looks at Kitty for her reaction. Just like,
Because sort of frowns and nods and it's muttered. Yeah, can't expect much from the Assassin's Guild more than that. A non-interference bit as good as we'll get, lad. It's very softly spoken to Colwyn. Seeing his sort of reaction.
Consternation.
Right.
If you're
Let us all
satisfied
now
right
take our leave.
Right. As I said, leaving in the order that you arrived. Looks at Green, turns to the member of Assassin's Guild and goes, "Sir, ma'am, whatever. After you."
Stands, gives a short bow, and stealths out of there like a motherfucker.
Nice.
Looks
Fades
around the
into
room.
shadow.
Yeah.
We'll give them some moments, a minute or so, to disappear. And then I believe that the representative from Imperial Intelligence was the last to arrive. Time passes and he exits. Looks around, looks at Denson. Mr. Al, I believe you were next.
Denson stealths the fuck out of there.
Turns to Kitty and Colin. Nods. Bows. As one does to a noble. Kitty sort of grimaces, grunts, shakes her head and goes, and very quietly to Colin goes, knows way too fucking much.
Don't they always?
And you guys are free to leave.
Right. Cool.
And she looks around at G. Well, sir, appreciate your attendance. Looks at Malcolm. Anytime you would like to leave, we'll might as well depart together. And I'll close the gate and start pulling down my tent.
Well,
At this point, Kaplan says, "I'd like to thank the Bards Guild and yourself for helping host this most cordial conference."
That's quite all right. I was happy to assist. But I'm even happier to see this carnal meet his end. As I said, he tried to hurt someone close to me.
we'll see to that he meets his well-earned justice.
Not you.
At this point, Kaplan says, "I don't know if they exist, but if there was something which could see what we see and like save it and send it back to you, I would." As we get them.
I don't believe there are devices to record something like that, sir. And would be arcane and expensive.
Well, either way, I have means to at least let you know when and if the deed is done.
She again bows.
I heard a story of a group
You're not
that
there.
would. Oh, you're not?
No, Kitty left with you. She.
Oh, yeah.
You'd have had to have
mate.
said it. You could have stayed if you wanted. She's just trying to organise people to leave in order.
Yep.
Maybe you
Ignore
left with Kitty,
me.
another thing.
We
With
left,
that,
Ed. We buggered off.
with that, she's going to walk out of the thing, and if you don't get out of there with her, she's just going to close it, and you're going to be dumped out anyway.
Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
gone. Sorry, I wasn't sure where the conversation was taking place.
And basically, at that, we're going to have whoever's at camp, it stays at camp, be at camp. Whoever has gone elsewhere, and we will end the session there.
Yeah, Denzin
Ready
goes
to
for a
pick
nice
up
long
before
rest.
trouble. And what's happening with either the Splinter group or this group. With the next session that comes when we pick it back up, we will be
Or
back
can we have
on,
a bit of a sort of an interchange session so that we sort of like figure out where this lot are going to go next, which is sort
we
of
can sort of
send them off.
do
and
that
then-
at some point. Yeah,
Yeah, a bit
we'll
of a
do a
hybrid
pre.
then.
What we'll do is we'll do a pre-session before we
Yeah.
get back into it.
Cool.
But I think we're all just glad to see the end of that arc. It has been long and it has been a little grueling, I will say.
Fun though.
Yeah.
How many sessions have we spent in
This
June
is
City?
session
This
31,
is session 31.
and I think we've been
Yeah.
here for at least 15 to 20 of them.
Yeah,
The
that
June
was
City
cool.
arc has
Very
been
long arc.
massive,
And fun.
Very
but
much.
it
I've
was
really enjoyed
it was
that.
so very intricate.
Yeah, no kidding.
And a not quite reveal for the end.
Yes.
Out of character, we all kind of know.
Yes, yes, and just for reference, there were 32 sessions in by Divine Right. So,
Nice.
Like I
I
said,
think
there's
we
been
were
a
more praising
massive
for that.
chunk of it.
Right.
Anyway, that has been delightful, guys. That I've really enjoyed running that one for you, and look
MVP.
forward to the. Let me talk. Look forward to the future sessions in the campaign as you move forward into the next arc, whether that's the exploration of the laboratory, and that'll be a bit more dungeon crawly, and or the what's going to be an investigation / assassination bit as you dismantle Kana and his operation. There's a lot of interesting there.
I'm looking forward to that.
Mm.
I suspect there may be a competition between Denzin and Jadis at that point as the kill count.
You'd have to know what she was first, man. She is just
Yeah, I've no
a
idea.
tiny little dancer.
But out of character, it's amusing me no end.
So we're going to start from the top with Colwyn. Who's your MVP? I've got
Preston.
a sneaking suspicion. Yeah, there it is. It wasn't any hesitation.
I don't
Okay,
really
no,
need to ask.
would it be easier for me to ask who's not voting for Tristan?
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
So,
And also
Tenzin to Tristan.
with that said, might I request a dice check on him?
It's through D&D Beyond.
I
can't
know.
pull into it.
Yes, and it's already reset itself. I'll run a couple of d20s just to be sure.
It's fine, man. Look at his last insight roll there.
Yeah, it was appalling. Oh, that's not bad.
But yeah, he was bloody balling there for a time. It was great.
Yeah, there we go. Normality
Okay,
restored.
so
But yeah, 10 out of 10 for the dice rolls.
I'm just
That was
gonna
unbelievable.
I'm just gonna say I'm not gonna provide an MVP for this because we're taking a long break. I'm not going to provide an insight or inspiration for it because end of arc, fresh arc when we pick up a character.
Yeah.
So there
Don't
is no
forget
inspiration coming up.
everybody on this arc is now level 7.
Yes, if you haven't leveled up, make sure you do. Title, starting with Melbourne. Nordo.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I haven't even thought about it. Just abstain for now.
Saying for now. Weird title, but okay. Got any suggestions there for us, Jadis?
Golden Mist and Shadowed Whispers.
Ooh, like it.
That's good.
Good.
So I'll put that in.
So
Okay.
I am personally.
Go on.
I was just gonna say, I am personally happy to say that I am the one person who can keep a fucking secret with their characters.
Yes, she has had that under her hat since day one, and just giggling to herself every time.
So yes, can confirm out of character. Jadis is the head of the Assassin's Guild.
Nice.
None
But
of your
that-
characters fucking know this, and if
That's
I
only
start
bef-
getting anything kind of hints-wise that your characters are using
will
outside
come down
knowledge,
on
I
it,
will
yeah.
slap them. But yes,
I
No.
will say that that's only because a certain bard died, and she took his bracelet.
yes, that too.
But we're now getting into information that we don't need to know
Yeah.
beyond the most obvious.
Yeah.
And
Anyway,
yeah,
Kaplan.
To be fair, several people were in on the discussion as to the creation of Denzin anyway, so pointless keeping it a bit of a secret.
Yeah.
But as far as characters are aware, he's just Gavin McRae's man. So
Go back to name, Kaplan.
Kaplan.
I was going to go something similar, but I'm just going to back up Vanny's suggestion.
And his golden mist and shadowed whispers.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
better than what I had, but I had like the golden mist part already.
Yep. Denton.
I have two suggestions.
Mm-hmm.
One of which is, and finally, and the other one is, and it's good night from him, and it's good night from me.
Okay.
Some of you might get that.
I get the elements that are being assigned to be put in there. I think that might work better for another ending session where there's kind of more
Fair
of
enough.
that. In.
I don't mind. I'm not precious about it. I don't really care.
I don't
Carry
actually
on.
know where that's from, but yeah.
Or we could simply go with to be continued.
Yeah.
Goblin.
Yeah, backing Becca's suggestion for it. I have got nothing in terms of a name.
Yeah. Well,
the only thing
Becca's
that
is
vague
one
comes to
then.
mind is it never rains, but it pours cold. Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll leave it. I'll leave it that.
Golden mist and shadowed whispers. Nordo. Last chance to have input, man.
No, I upvote Vanis.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, that's one then.
So I'm going to assume that everyone's sticking with the golden mist shadowed whispers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
No
And also-
changes, and that's it.
And also, can I suggest, like, just for Asher, just a round of applause for fucking great, amazing art.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking loved it. Beautifully done, man.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. That was superb.
Fantastic. I'm glad I didn't overplay the hand on what was happening, but you guys clicked onto it anyway, or at least the solution to it.
Yeah.
Did you tear up your paper?
Well, did you get attacked in the Shadow Hand meeting?
Nope.
Technically.
Oh, so much fun.
Absolutely, yeah.
If
That
you
was,
guys come up with something brilliant, I'm not going to counter it and make shit up on the fly.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But that was
No,
really good. I really
Yeah.
respect how you did and what you did. You guys played brilliantly, beautifully. I've had an absolute blast running that arc for you.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
We've
Mm.
thoroughly enjoyed playing, mate. Seriously.
Mm.
That was a huge amount of fun. There were some really,
I've really-
good bits and really intense bits and really scary bits at times. It was just fantastic. There's a good bit of everything in there.
A little bit light
Thank
on
you.
combat and whatnot, but it was always going to be that way. But you don't
Yeah.
need combat every other session
Yeah.
or whatever to make it interesting, especially with a bunch of thinkers like this. I will say that
But-
there is going to be more combat involved on the next sessions because there's a lot more either murder happening or exploration.
Well,
Yeah.
exactly.
Just a quick question though, Ed. Where have you been keeping Kane this whole time?
Well, I've been keeping Kane around. It's not appropriate for him to bring Kane everywhere, and it
Yeah.
would really give away the stuff if he brought him to the summit.
Yeah, he's probably sitting outside or back at the tavern with Jack,
Pretty much.
having L shoved down his throat. Anyway, there's a lot of places he could have been left.
Yeah.
Colwyn's a resourceful guy,
Yes.
but
Yeah, no kidding.
anyway, to finalise, we are, I think, taking a short break from the campaign, Ed, or how ready are you to go?
I will say, give me a couple of weeks because that will give me time to find out what's happening with issues in my personal life. And while I think I am in a better place to run
Yep.
than I have been for quite a while,
Still not there. Quite.
I need to make sure there's a solid enough foundation to make
Yep.
sure that it's done
That's
properly.
quite all right. I would suggest you said you wanted to have a closure point on this. Basically, everyone sort of deep unpacking what's happened and getting ready for the next stage, getting ready to travel. We could have a slice of life on the other group. We also need to introduce a Colwyn character there as well, I believe, and work with him on that and as to what he actually wants to do. Because he's gone, no, don't worry bother me with it at this point. I'll deal with it when it comes to that.
Yeah, and that's time.
So we can always just do a little bit of just hanging out and sorting out stuff and just unpacking what's going to happen between us. Not necessarily streaming it or anything like that, though we can do that. But it'll just be a lot of us gas bagging and organising stuff. But I'd like to throw a surprise at, party and whatever with what happens there, rather than just have them know what thought processes have been going on behind the scene. So basically a hangout and chill and a bit of an unpack and organisation as to where the next session going into it and what people want to do with it.
Yep.
Next week.
Yeah, fair enough. Vanny's not here next week, are you?
I know.
Nope.
But
I am working.
she is very well organised with her character and what Bryn's doing.
Yeah.
She is happy to make a character at the drop of a hat, as is Denson.
Yes.
Yeah. Very true.
Shit, I've got another one.
Oh dear God.
And
I have a couple.
a lot of them were carryover characters anyway from the first party, the original party, before the split happened.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm kind of looking forward to playing Golder again, actually.
Ash, very quickly, I was going to ask if I could take a brief break, and then I want to sit through. And I just realised Colwyn's still at level 5.
Oh, dude, man, boost him too.
Really?
Yeah, we can do the paladin thing off the stream if you want to do that, man. Actually,
there's a few things that I wouldn't mind kind of having record and stuff for the other players to at the very least be aware of.
We can do a record of the paladin scene, but it is midnight here, and I think we've been running for a normal length.
Oh, blimey, yeah, it's actually quite late.
Oh, it's not late for me, it's late for Triss.
And
we'll let the guy get some kip.
Yeah.
But yes, I'll do. I'll check with you, read some leveling things in a moment, and then I'll let you go.
Yeah, I can run through that easy enough
Level
for you, man.
5.
But we can do the RP a bit on it before as an intermission scene before we get onto the other thing.
Well, getting to that, I will just say
Next
again,
week.
thank you for a wonderful arc, and it's time for me to skip out.
Quick question, Nord. You've got your other half up there next week, haven't you?
I
More than
believe
likely.
I do. I will let you know.
Yep. I'm just confirming it.
Yep.
Your character's fairly well sorted since it's tenure and she's coming across from the other arc anyway. It's mostly just
Tanya is very well established.
To be fair, a lot of next week is going to be me helping Ed sort out what he's doing and putting a few finishing touches on his multi-class
well-
bit and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm just saying that I need to duck out and be social with my dad and stuff. So
Yep. Have a good time,
Correct.
Yeah,
man.
fair
Have
enough.
some fun on the
Thank you.
water. Stay safe.
I will. So have fun,
Have a
guys,
good one.
and talk to you all later.
Boo.
Yeah, you too, man.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
So we might potentially be have something go up on recording next week. Though I probably won't be. We probably won't be streaming it. Then please look forward to it. Basically, as always, we appreciate everyone that's come and watched. If you have, we had a lot of fun, and hopefully you have as well. And I think that sound effect was him jumping the gun and ending the stream.
I think so.
Yep.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Ah.
Ah.